What's going on? What's going on? How y'all feeling out there, man? What's good with y'all? What's up, man? What's up? How y'all been, man? It's been a couple weeks, right? Finally was able to get back on here, man. I was all jacked up, bro. I was down bad. What's up, Sakiba? How you feeling? Yes, sir. We are live. We are live in effect, live in effect. It is the Foreign National Born Natural A6. You already know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. We are here to chop it up live, drop big bars upon your skull, exchange of information. Don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm just getting back in the swing of things. For those of you who aren't aware, I did catch, it was like a mild flu. It wasn't like severe, nothing like that. It was like a mild flu. So I had like a lot of phlegm in my throat. Throat was a little sore. Got real tired and stuff like that. Rested for a day. Lost my voice too. My voice was gone. So I couldn't even do the show that weekend. So like I was actually healthy for about, I want to say a little bit like a week now or something like that. My voice is pretty much gone though. So I'm still getting phlegm and crap out of my chest. So what I do know is right before I got sick, I had looked in the sky the day before. This must have been like, I think this must have been like, this had to been like two Wednesdays ago or something like that. Whatever. It was, I know it was like a Wednesday. I looked up in the sky, and up in the sky was clear, and they were checkerboarding the sprays from the planes. It was a checkerboard. It literally was like boom, 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 vertical and horizontal, all over top of the city. Next thing you know, everybody started getting sick. I mean, I've heard like, businesses being shut down because the whole staff is sick and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's pretty nasty. But they bombarded whatever it is they spraying. They bombarded the area I'm in, right? They bombarded that shit. So yeah, I was down for a little bit, but I mean, it's all good. I've had that flu before. For me, it was mostly like I still have a little bit of a cough, but it's mostly phlegm. It was like a little bit of a chest cold. I was tired the first day I got it, but like that happens anytime I get like a flu or something like that. I'm still not sold on that whole C19. I'm not sold on that still, because here's the thing: if it was the case and that was what it was, I was right the whole entire time. That shit is the flu. They repackaged it. They repackaged the whole entire thing. Let me see what else is in here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, please do like the video. I greatly appreciate that. What's up, Mike? How you feeling? Yes, sir. We back in the building, man. We back in the building. Omicron. Hey, man. I don't even believe that shit is a thing. I think it's, like I said it's the flu, bro. I got some hot tea for real, so with some lemon in there to get my voice back. But nah, it was I never lost my sense of smell. Nothing like that. Never needed to be on a respirator. Didn't even need to go to a hospital. Didn't need no antibiotics or whatever it is they take for that crap. Only thing I did was colloidal gold, silver, and platinum. I did some of that. Um, I did teas. I did honey, a lot of honey. I did alkaline water. I do the alkaline water regularly too. That's another thing. Like I was alkalinized up. Like I drink the alkaline water all the time. Like faith, every day I'm drinking the alkaline water. So whatever it was a concentrated effort. And I swear, I think it was those. It had to have been them planes, man. It had to be. Yep. Said the nonsense. I gotta watch my language on here, but yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I had a friend of mine. Me and a friend of mine were talking about that too, and he was like, "Yo, I still not sold this, and it's in like it's coming from people's mouths. I'm not sold on that at all. That's stupid as hell. If you know how the digestive system and the the immune system rather, if you know how the immune system works, when you actually get quote unquote sick, it's a natural detoxification process of the body. So what's happening is whatever's in the body's rejecting, it's kicking it out. So when you're coughing up phlegm and mucus because it's trying to put that crap out. The white blood cells and things are fighting. So whenever you get like quote unquote sick, your body is detoxifying itself. So whether it be your diet or what the toxins we breathe in on a day-to-day basis, with the cars running around polluting the atmosphere and all that stuff, you inhale that crap. The trees help filter some of it out, but you still inhaling it. And when you inhale it, it builds up, over time. And if they bombarding you with all kinds of aerosols and stuff like that, man, it's probably gonna be even worse. You know what I mean? We talked about the water situation too. We were thinking about the water. So you're like, yo, it's got to be either in the air and the water. Because my partner got it also, but he only had it for 2 days. He got it for 2 days and he got over it because he was doing all he was drinking was the colloidal silver and the platinum and the gold and stuff. He makes his own in his house. So what basically happened with him was he said that it had to be like in the air or the water. So he was thinking that the water, but I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? I go the extra mile to make sure I take in as little of that crap as possible. So like with even with shower heads and stuff like that, I put filter shower heads on my stuff and all that, man. I don't just go straight out the faucet. Even when I brush my teeth, I use this filter shower head. So it's like, it's got to be a situation where it's like forced. It's got to be forced concentration, and it still ain't even as bad as they said it was. To me, it felt like I just felt like a flu for real. I still stand by that shit. It felt like a flu to me. Didn't feel like no extra supernatural shit, nothing like that. And then as the the rate rose, the flu also dropped. So it was like, yo, how was the flu dropping? You know what I mean? Because everybody's doing D'ing, we'll put it that way. I don't know if I can say that, but if everybody's standing not too close to each other and putting stuff on their face to avoid transmission or whatever, how is it a situation where the flu could be down and this other thing is all the way up? Like, yo, somebody lying, bro. Somebody lying. You know what I mean? That sounded like Barry White. Yeah, I was pretty messed up too, bro. My throat was real messed up. Like it sounded like real jacked up. So I had to take time on it. I did do the ginger. I did the garlic. I did the sea salt. The sea salt knocked the majority of it out of my chest and my throat. I did a sea salt and a white vinegar. I did that gargle, and that knocked a lot of it out of my throat, bro. It knocked a lot of it out of my throat. But yeah, facts. Absolutely. That's probably what it is, man. That's probably, I swear, that's probably what it is. Cause the day before I actually got sick, I looked in the sky and it was just a checkerboard. Like they got busy, bro. Like literally, it's like a grid they created. And then when those aerosols thin out, they turn into clouds. That clouds turn into rain. It's a nasty cycle, man. But I swear they're doing that shit on purpose, definitely. Yeah, he like the trails, the chemtrails. Yeah, yep, absolutely. Yep. And they fly those planes. They fly like 20 times higher than the regular flights near airports and stuff. Fly like they all the way in the sky. If you look, they're actually really high because they're so tiny. One time, I lied to you not. One time, I actually saw one of the planes off in the distance, and it was leaving a trail. But it was really weird because there was a line in front of the plane. And the plane was flying in a straight line pretty much. The plane was flying in a straight line. And it was like a pre-etched line. It was weird, yo. I swear, it's something weird with those planes. Excuse me. But yeah, it was something weird. It's definitely something weird with those planes, man. That whole plane situation is odd. But you know, nobody wants to talk about it. The alkaline water breaks it. Yep, I've been doing the alkaline water straight up, yo. I've been doing that heavy. I've been doing the alkaline water real heavy. But yeah, man. What up, Slim Shady? How you feeling, man? Thank you so much. Purple sight from the flub every year. Ain't nothing changed besides in it. Yep. That's exactly what it is, man. I agree. Yolanda is really real. Man, everybody's voice is messed up. Facts. They hitting us hard, bro. They want us done. But like the good thing about it is, bro, when you build up that you get those antibodies and stuff like that, you good to go. Excuse me on the coughing. I still got a little bit of it in my throat. I'm still getting it out, but as you can hear, my voice pretty much returned back to normal in the car. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, what up, Joe? How you feeling, man? Sorry about that. If anything, it elevates. They do anything to sell a lie. Yep. Right there. People die from the people die all the time from the people been dying from the flu forever, bro. You know what I mean? I think the CD. No, see, I gotta be careful what I say. The Alphabet company, basically, who's in charge of this whole entire thing, pretty much came out and said that they're not able to determine the difference between the flu and the other thing. You know what the other thing is. So they aren't able to make a determine between the two of them. So this goes back to what we've been saying forever. This shit is complete. It's just repackaged, bro. It's repackaged and resold. The sickest I have ever been when it comes to like the flu or anything like that, or the sickest I've been is back, I want to say in 2015, bro. That was like I was really messed up from that. Like I was doing real heavy Muay Thai at the time. I wasn't doing as much jiu-jitsu, but I was doing real heavy Muay Thai. So I was about 205, but I was solid muscle. So my shirts stuff I would normally wear, they didn't fit as much because I was so muscular. So I got this this flu. Give me a sec. I got this flu, and you know, I got this flu and shit like that, and I lost so much weight. The water weight just basically it came right out, and like I was sick for like 2 weeks. That was way worse than what I just had. But dude, I was bedridden for probably about 4 days. Like I was straight sick. I didn't have no appetite. I was beat up, bro. But that's the sickest I've ever been. Picks perfect checkerboard. Yep, they getting busy, man. They getting busy. I seen when they started to leave that trail, they just begin to leave them. While they dropping stuff, yeah. Like they got a regular amount they drop regularly. You know what I mean? They might do like 4 or 5, but yo, I swear when I looked in the sky, it was at least 20 of them. It was a grid. There was a grid they basically left. When you cough, yep, absolutely. Transition is part of the natural order. Don't trip. Transition. Well, you gotta break it down. I think I know what you mean, but you know. Go Pulse X and sacrifice coin for stake airdrop coming soon. Are we talking about the crypto? All right, look, let me get to what I wanted to get on here and talk about. All right. So I wanted to show you guys some stuff. I'm probably gonna grab some water real fast too, because I've been down and I told you I've been on the water heavy. I always be on the water though. Y'all know that. Every time I'm on here, I'm always drinking the water. All right, let's see here. All right, check this out right here. This is from Orion Daystar on Instagram. So Orion Daystar, we're very familiar with this gentleman here. This dude's very intelligent. He has a great channel on Instagram. Go check my man out on Instagram at Orion Daystar if you're into that kind of stuff. And what he basically talks about is things that we discuss, basically. Now let's see what China's been up to, man. What has China been up to this whole entire time? Look at this.
7, 6, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8. Hey yo, peace fam. So what's God? Ryan TV. Bang, bang, bang. Hey, yo, family. See, a lot of times we're telling you guys about the sun simulator and you're thinking it's a joke, it's a game. Well, here you go. This is China launching their artificial sun, turning night into day, family. Right here in your face, nothing hidden, no covert agenda. It's right in your face. They launched an artificial sun, and don't forget about the artificial moon that they launched. Family, why you not seeing this in the lamestream news? You know why. New Earth, baby. Let's go. Bang, bang. Hey, yo, fam, please remember, there's nothing new under the sun. If they're telling you that they're making an artificial sun and launching it right now, that means they did this years ago. Many, many years ago, family. We've been living under a fake sun. I told you, there's more to life than what meets the eye, fam. The real sun is here now, though. So let's go up. Let's shine.
All right. So we see what China's been up to. They over there making fake sun. We talked about this a while back, but I hadn't heard anything else about it. But they pretty much have a fake sun. I think they had a fake moon, too, at one point. Pretty much a man-made moon. And so they're basically using this moon for whatever nefarious purposes they're using it for. It's like my man said, there's nothing new under the sun. So if they're coming out saying that they basically have a moon base, excuse me, a sun now, artificial sun, that technology is not new. They've been had this shit. You know what I mean? I mean, this is stuff that's probably millions of years old. It just makes you wonder what under the Vatican and all that stuff and Area 51, if some of that stuff is actually technology they keep hidden that they might have found in other places, like when they raid other areas or other fallen civilizations. You know what I mean? Even the African library that was supposedly had been destroyed, a lot of those documents and texts they probably actually took out and put down inside that Vatican. There's a whole city underneath in Egypt. There's a whole underground city. You know what I mean? So stuff like that, they got first access to. So it just makes you wonder what else they have. Let's see some of these comments here. I'm all right. One of my old friends is loving. Okay. What's up, man? You here from the Bad Wolf channel? That's what's up. That's where I got your name from, and I go by Genius Prepper. So let me help you. I know natural health and 100% more things. Okay. Absolutely, man. You got my email's right in the description. If you don't want to drop the knowledge here, or if you do, it's up to you. Consumption of my water must be taken in moderation. Of water, okay. I was like, huh? Yeah, they on that shit, man. They on that shit, Mike, with that whole entire thing, man. Yeah. Yep. And that's another thing. Somebody just mentioned the flat earth thing. Yeah, man. So like if that's the situation where that brings a lot of light to the flat earth situation, because if a sun can be created and controlled in that manner, you know what I mean? What's to say that that's just another theory they're trying to use to keep you from understanding that they might actually control that mofo? That's crazy. But that's not no technology we created, I don't believe. That's some that's probably interdimensional type stuff. You know what I mean? If I had to guess, I would say it would probably be technology from a fallen civilization. Could be like a civilization older than Atlantis. You know what I mean? Who knows? But I will say this: a lot of people say that those pyramids were built from the top down. They weren't built from the bottom up. So however they were probably built using either sound or some type of telepathical powers or something like that. That's a possibility, But yeah, anyway, let me make sure I say fair use, by the way. So any of these videos you see here, pretty much fair use, already in the public. All right, so let's keep it moving. All right, let's take a look at something else right here. Something else. All right, check this right here. How y'all know? We talked about this robot thing right here. Take a look at this.
さあここからまずはドリブルです。
Damn thing dribbling a basketball. What? Look at that. Basketball. The thing is dribbling a basketball now. So not only can these things dodge, we on the show last time we talked about how those robots can actually dodge your punches. They had a boxing robot, and what it basically did was when you throw a jab or a hook or a cross or something like that, it would dodge your punches. It would read your body movement and dodge your punches. So now these things, like I said, these things can do basketball. They can dribble basketballs now. How much farther is it gonna go, man? You know what I'm talking about? They already got the what is it? The sex dolls that were real popular at one point. I think I read an article that basically said they got ones that move or something like that too. So that's another thing. That's another thing that actually robots can replace humans for. You already got humans being replaced at what is it? Like the drawers and the desks and stuff like that at gas stations. You know what I mean? Grocery stores, self-checkouts and all that stuff. You know, you got medicines that automatically get pulled by machines. You know, hey man, what's to say that you might have a situation where robots, they might have a robot league or something like that. Or they might start having robots in the NBA or something. What's to say that that's not the next step? But I will say this, man, be prepared for integration between society, between robots and humans. If anybody's played that video game, Detroit Become Human, I highly suggest you at least look at the look at it on YouTube. Look at the because you can actually watch like stories and stuff like that on YouTube or video games that you don't play them at all. But yo, you need to be aware of where this could potentially go. So even if you're not, you should be paying attention to everything if you're on this path, not just stuff that happens in the news and stuff like that or whatever. What doesn't happen in the news, you need to be focused on even video games because again, these are also things they're telling you before they happen. So this could very well be a situation where the Detroit Become Human thing, where you can actually have people who buy robots in order to like do house chores and stuff like that, be a nanny or a babysitter for a little child or something. This is all within the realm of possibility when we start talking about technology. Because when technology starts to advance, the duties of the technology start to become greater. And once that happens, they become more pivotal in society. They have a bigger role in society. You know what I mean? So this is something we need to definitely think about, bro, because the technology is definitely there. It's there. They plan on putting it to use. They definitely plan on doing that. All right, let me show you something else real quick, and we can get into the discussion. Let me see here. All right, look. Now I'm pretty sure any of you guys who watch this channel, we already know this, but if you're new here and you're new to this type of thing, this is probably going to be something that you need to see. So check this out right here.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
Well, child's happiness is priceless, right? Especially when you got a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday. A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on their birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially when it comes to their birthday.
Absolutely.
A child's happiness is a child's happiness is
a child's happiness is
a child's smile is priceless.
A child's happiness is
a child's happiness is
a child's happiness.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny stuff this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny stuff this year.
Economic factors may take
Economic factors may take
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
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 Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Says, yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
President, earlier this year you told us you had ordered your administration to cease and desist on payments to journalists to promote your agenda. You cited the need for ethical concerns and the need for a bright line between the press and the government. Your administration continues to make the use of video news releases, which are prepackaged news stories sent to television stations, fully aware that some or many of these stations will air them without any disclaimer that they are produced.
Did you hear that? prepackaged, excuse me, I said it wrong. Prepackaged news, whatever he said. Prepackaged. Basically, their cabinet was sending entire news packages to the news outlets. And they were broadcasting this stuff without telling people that this is a prepackaged news. That's crazy.
By the government. Comptroller General of the United States this week said that raises ethical questions. Does it raise ethical questions about the use of government money to produce stories about the government that wind up being aired with no disclosure that they were produced by the government?
There's a Justice Department opinion that says these pieces are within the law so long as they're based.
They hit this man with the hard questions. I tell you what, boy, that boy George Bush, his job was very difficult because he had to get up there and explain this
based upon facts, not advocacy. And I expect our agencies to adhere to that ruling.
All right. There you have it. So my man said, in so many words, yes, I am aware of this, and no, there's nothing you can do about it. That's basically what that man said in a nutshell. But yeah, that's what time they on, man. Facts. That is what time they on. There we go. All right. Yep. So yeah, anybody who's been in for a minute, we already know what time it is with that. But again, if you're new here, that's pretty much what's going on. That's why a lot of the fake news thing became real popular around a time where Trump was in office for that very reason. All right, so my man Mike says, including things that manipulate the weather, which explains why we're getting a hot on cold days and cold on hot days. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they can do that with clouds and stuff like that. We talked about that before, actually last year. But yeah, they have machines that actually generate clouds and stuff like that for that purpose. Pandemic will be over by September, just in time for the midterm elections. Yeah, right. How about that? I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. But, seasonal sickness, people get sick every year. It's nothing new under the sun. Yeah, I remember that game. Detroit is good. Yeah, absolutely. The narrative in the game was crazy because it was basically about robots becoming sentient. So not only were the robots heavy in society, they became so advanced. I think it was the RA9 or something like that. There was like a virus that the robots were coming down with, and what the virus was basically doing, it was having the robots ignore their programming in order to act as if they were like humans. So they were thinking for themselves and stuff like that. So when they were put to certain tasks of like they felt like they were slaves and stuff like that, they might get violent or they might run away or something. And it just made people wonder how the RA9 how it functioned or where it came from, if it was something already put in a robot to give them the option of being sentient. So it was a pretty much like a detective video game. So you're like solving clues and stuff like that and trying to get to the bottom of what's happening. They had some real interesting perspectives. They had one guy that was supposed to be like a quote unquote Aboriginal quote unquote black robot. Who played it? What was that guy's name that played him? I can't remember what that guy's name was, but there was real famous dude that plays on TV and stuff like that. I can't remember what his name was though. But he actually played the main robot who decided to become like a rebel. So they had that guy, and it's like a choice between Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and stuff like that with the robots. So you could choose which path you want to go. Then they had a girl who was trying to rescue this little girl from being abused. And then they had a detective that was a robot also, but he was built to solve crimes. It was crazy, man. It reminded me of, it was made by the same people who made Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain was pretty good too, but that wasn't about what we're talking about. But yeah, I definitely recommend at least listening to the dialogue from that game, because this very well could be a society where it could be you could have a whole different society geared towards robots that's intermingling with society as it is now. And, the electric cities, those are coming. Those are coming. The electric cities are coming. You know what I mean? We already talked about that too, with the chips and the implants and all that stuff. That's all coming. It's coming down. And we showed the video last year at the end of last year. Full speed into it. No, I didn't see that. No, send me that. Send that to my email, bro. The blend of Machine and Human Technology. Yep. Tracker with Tom Selleck. Didn't see that one. Operation Mockingbird, CIA agents. Yep. Facts. Cloud seeding. Yep. Fake ice that melt. Yeah, I heard about the fake ice that doesn't melt up front. Yeah. Actually, if you take what is it? I think it's like a pile of snow or something like that, and you can actually burn the snow. If you hold like a match to it, you can actually literally burn the snow. I always thought that was weird. So yeah. What are you talking about, bro? I'm not sure what you're talking about. All right, so let's get to another one then. All right, now take a look at this right here. That's a little long. Let me do this one first. Look at this. All right, so look. This talks about facial recognition. So listen to this. This is going to be part of the electric cities.
Facial recognition is everywhere, and the key to this is the incredibly low cost of detecting and recognizing faces. Even cheap, low-cost microcontrollers like this ESP32 camera are capable of facial detection and recognition, meaning for less than $5, you can get started creating applications that change their behavior depending on who it sees. Because of how important facial recognition is to our future society, it is critical that it doesn't misidentify people and to make sure that it works well. For those who want to hide from facial recognition, though, it's actually a lot harder than it seems to hide from this sort of surveillance. And today, we'll speak to Vic, a facial recognition expert who will go into how facial recognition works and the ways in practice you might be able to hide from it.
So for the average person in America, it's going to be used for things like sales. It's going to be used for automatic identification. It's one of those things where it's, if you don't have anything to hide, you shouldn't be concerned, because if you're not a wanted person.
I cannot stand that excuse. And that shit comes from a bunch of spineless liberals. Like, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing. No, how about privacy? How about that? Jeez, that grinds my gears when people say that.
Person, then in theory, it shouldn't matter. But it's just that you don't know what they're doing with the data. So things like this mobile app called FaceApp that's been going around recently, I'm told the kids like it. It's automatically change your picture, flip your gender, all that sort of thing. But it's a Russian company that owns it. And if you look at the terms and conditions, you're signing over the rights to any images you submit. So what are they going to do with it? You could look at a country like China and what they're doing with facial detection systems. So they've had issues in public bathrooms with homeless people stealing toilet roll. So in public bathrooms, you now have to look at a camera. It scans your face, identifies you, and allocates you X sheets of toilet paper. And you can only get X amount every half hour. They've got cameras there that automatically detect people jaywalking. Some Chinese female celebrity, she got a ticket for jaywalking because her face was pasted on the side of a bus to advertise her new movie, and the jaywalking cameras picked it up and she automatically got a ticket. China is an extreme case, but it just demonstrates the weird ways that it could be used. It wouldn't occur to you that, you're going to scan your face to get toilet roll, but, it could be the future. So generally, the human face, it's got a lot of light and dark regions, and you can see this in eigen faces. But generally, your cheeks are light, your forehead is light, the bridge of your nose is light, chin is light, your mouth is dark, underside of nose is dark, eyes are dark, eyebrows are dark. And based on this, you can it's a good way of trying to mess with the camera systems is by messing with the light and dark balances of the face. So because these regions tend to be quite light, if you suddenly make them dark, say you're wearing a pair of black gloves and you scratch your face, you're then making this whole region that should be light dark. And so that can cause the system to no longer detect a face. And that's kind of a technique that's quite interesting because it's plausible deniability. You're walking.
So check this out. I've actually heard from someone that sent it to my, somebody emailed me and they were saying that the Bindi dot will throw off the facial recognition completely. And if you don't know what the Bindi dot is basically the Middle Eastern women. They wear that red dot on there right between their eyes, right a little bit above their eye line. and it's like a red circle they put right there, and it completely distorts the facial recognition, which I thought was interesting. But now she starts talking about the makeup and stuff, which I guess that does make sense as to why that happens.
Through some kind of checkpoint where they're automatically scanning people's faces, you're scratching your face. You know, they're not going to think, oh, they're trying to defeat the system, they're trying to dodge it. Other things in the face that are quite useful, I'm not entirely sure why, but this region here is quite useful for systems. So just the bit between the eyes at the bridge of the nose, for some reason, if you cover this, then that causes systems to have a lot of issues. Glasses don't quite count, but so things like hairstyles that are designed to defeat facial detection and recognition systems, they'll quite often have a bit of hair that comes down the middle to cover this region. Or if they're using makeup, they'll have like a dark patch here, or just something to generally disrupt like the outline of that shape. And that can cause issues for these systems. I'm not sure why neural networks have decided to put so much weight on here, but they have. Neural networks is black magic, really. You don't know what's going on.
So my man got some ICP paint, some Sting WCW paint. And they got they threw the joint off. That's interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, the name of that video right there is let me see here. Defeat Facial Recognition. That is on HAK5's channel. So go over there and subscribe if you're interested and you want to watch it. Go check that out and you know, learn a little bit about how the technology works. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you should still have options in terms of stuff like that. So as far as that goes, that sounds like to me another way for them to send you some tickets or something like that. You know what I mean? Mail you some a bill or something. You know, like all kinds of technology. That stuff can be used for the wrong purpose for. Like we talked about 2 weeks ago. We talked about how they plan on using the cameras to snap a picture of your license plate if you throw trash out the window and stuff like that. And then it got to be this debate on what else they would use that technology for that could be nefarious. It's a lot of different stuff they can do with that, man. So, you know, it's very important that we stay on our P's and Q's when it comes to that stuff and knowing what it's all about, you know. Yes, sir. All right. So we have another one I want to show you guys. Take a look at this right here. This is... Here we go. All right, take a look at this real quick.
Who or what really owns America?
What is the proper relationship? What should be the proper relationship between the chairman of the Fed and a president of the United States?
Well, first of all, the Federal Reserve is an independent agency, and that means basically that there is no other agency of government.
This is Alan Greenspan, right? So we know that Jerome Powell is the 16th chair of the Federal Reserve, and he's mainly the one who does the speeches now. A lot of people say Jerome Powell's the president because the Federal Reserve, them fiat and all that stuff, that fiat currency is basically what drives that economy and all that other crap like that. So they say that's actually the president.
Actions that we take. So long as that is in place and there is no evidence that the administration or the Congress or anybody else is requesting that we do things other than what we think is the appropriate thing, then what the relationships are don't frankly matter. And I've had very good relationships with presidents.
All right. So that man just said, you couldn't hear what he just said. Basically, he basically said he has very good relations with presidents, and he was describing kind of relationship, you know what I mean, that should be had. So, in so many words, a man's basically saying the president is subordinate to him, basically, in so many words. It doesn't take a whole lot of, you know what I mean, this, that, and a third to grasp what that dude's talking about, without actually coming out and saying, yeah, I own the president. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he's the president basically subordinate to the chairman of the Federal Reserve. So, technically, like they said, that is Jerome Powell is your president. It protects the third eye. Yep. Raising the privacy. Yep, agreed. the facial recognition stuff it's just it can be used for too many wrong purposes, man. All right, now let's look at this one right here. Now we all know about this, but a lot of naysayers were trying to throw smoke or throw shade at first, but now it's like at this point there really can't be any more denying what's actually going on. Wait a minute, that's not the one I wanted to show you. All right, though, we'll get to that in a minute, but take a look at this one right here. Then. Look at this.
And we're going to see
these are
if
inventions
the
that were
history
actually
that we have been given
that we
actually lines up with what we see in these pictures. So here we go.
That was a bullet train they actually already created. I don't even know what year that was from, but it was black and white. That was a bullet train. This man has an all-terrain bike, it looks like, from what I see here. You see how tall those people are? Look how tall they are. If you look at some of the ancient Egyptian statues and things like that, some of them statues are giant. Some of them statues are giant like those guys right there are pretty much. And they were saying that they actually made lifelike size statues and things of that nature. There's actually a monument. I'm not sure where it is, but I saw it on the internet. There's actually a monument where the steps are absolutely huge. And it's like, yo, well, why would somebody make a set of stairs this large unless it was a situation where the people were a different size at that point? Which we had to start talking about Nephilim and the giants and Metatron and all those other things that came out of those other lost books of the Bible. Yep. So there was a bunch of inventions that they wasn't telling us about. Pretty much, they try to keep that on the hush hush. So yeah. What up, Edward? What's going on, man? How you feeling? Good to see you here. Most inventions just been hidden and not a lot implemented because it would crush the big industries and consumer market of mass production of cheap and unsustainable products. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. It's just like we said earlier, a lot of that technology and stuff I believe is being kept in some of them warehouses that you don't have access to. You know what I mean? Certain areas you're not supposed to be at or you can't go to. A lot of that technology could be kept there to be basically hidden from the public, you know? But yeah, that's interesting stuff, man. That's interesting stuff. Just how many more, what about the smartphones and things like that and the touchscreen phones and all that? That technology is not new. Like they probably had touchscreen phones in like the 1300s, you know what I mean? Or not even maybe phones, but like, the Iron Man, Tony Stark, air LCD display where you can actually reach out in the air and grab things and expand them and stuff like that, like he did in Iron Man. All that technology's probably been around forever, man. I'm telling you. Nothing new under the sun, right? All right, check this out. Boom. Now, this is the technology they're starting to implement even in restaurants.
All right. We are at McDonald's in the Big Fashion Mall. And here's what happens. When you want to place your order on this screen over here, the way it works is like this. You click English. And now it says, in order to proceed with the order, you must confirm that you have a valid green certificate at the top of your order. So let's say you don't have one. You click Don't Have. Look at that. It blanks out the screen. So basically, if you don't have a green pass, they will not give you food at McDonald's in Beit Shemesh. Sounds like Nazi Germany. That's where we're at. Welcome to Israel 2022.
All right. So now, as you can see, I'm not sure what a green certificate is. I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with the jab. but I can't say what it is exactly. That looked like that might have been in some Middle Eastern country. That language didn't look very familiar to me. But yeah, that technology is gonna be everywhere, man. And you know, it's like, yo, you gotta make sure they need to make sure you're healthy in order to eat unhealthy fast food like McDonald's. At what point did we get to a point where they have to make sure you're healthy enough to be unhealthy? It doesn't make sense at all. None of it makes sense. It's all stupid. You know, when you actually start to use your own mind and think about stuff like this, none of it adds up. It's all completely incomprehensible, basically. What up, Walter? How you feeling, man? What's good, Richard? How you feeling? It's interesting that the founding fathers want the phoenix to be the nation's symbol of the first the eagle. The phoenix? I'm obviously missing something. You're talking about the hold on. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so you're saying before the eagle, they actually wanted a phoenix to be the nation's symbol. I didn't know that at all. That's interesting. I had no idea about that. Awesome. Tesla knows how bees levitate by moving isotopes from their larynx. They don't fly. Really? Wow. I didn't know that either. Minority Report. Yep. Absolutely. I tell you, the digital cities are coming. They're coming. Now, it's not going to be, I don't think every city is going to be a digital city. Like, it depends on where you live. If you live in one of the blue states, it's going to be a digital city. So I would suggest if you do not want to partake in anything like that, it might be a good idea to get up and get out of there and start making moves or consider California is what I meant to say. But hey, sometimes you Freudian slip. But California is actually making a mass exodus. And they have been doing so for, I think, the last 10, 15 years. But there's a mass exodus from California. And a lot of those Californians are moving to Florida and they're moving to Texas. And they were saying New York's another one. A lot of people are leaving in record numbers. They're leaving out of that place because they don't want to live there anymore. The policy is unbearable. Everything's expensive. The rent's too expensive. Mortgage is too expensive. You know, the jobs are scarce. Any good paying jobs are scarce. Traffic is horrible. The air is polluted. There's blackouts all the time. It's just literally, I can't think of a good reason to live there. You know what I mean? Unless you're a pothead and you just want to go over there and smoke a whole bunch of weed. But other than that, I really don't see a reason why the average family would want to live in one of those places, man. And there's no shade to the coast itself or the people there. It's more about the leadership and how it's being ran. So there's a mass exodus, man. People are leaving in record numbers and they're looking for places to live. My only suggestion is this. If you do plan on leaving and moving somewhere else, I would highly suggest you make sure you don't turn that area to the one you just ran away from by putting these dumb motherfuckers in office. That's going to fuck the other one up too. Because that's exactly what's going to happen if you let it. You know what I mean? You know, you get enough liberals. We can't barely live here anymore. Let's go to Texas. Oh, this is so nice. Oh, we need a soy cafe. And they're like, oh, let's put Biden back in office. What can I say, man? You know, it's at this point, it's like, yo, I'm not, and everybody here knows I'm not a blue or red type guy, but it can't be denied that the blue states are basically flushing down the toilet at this point. Slowly but surely, New York and Cali have led the way, and certain ones are following. I'm keeping an eye on Maryland, honestly. Hadn't gotten as bad as New York, because you know Maryland always wanted to be a mini New York, even with their gun policies and all that stuff. But you know, I just keep an eye on this stuff, and it looks like they're trying to follow the path slowly but surely. So I'm just watching out. The Bad Wolf, what's up, man? What's good with you, man? Yes, sir. Back on it. Yes, sir. I had to get back on it. Hey, to stay a little off topic, I do a semi-affidavit on nationality. We're not talking about that today, to be honest with you, bro. We'll talk about that another time. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat or whatever, and if you want to get on and ask questions, you can, and we'll all address it. Or if you want to come on and other people can come on, we can all give our opinions. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. The green card situation. Yeah, the green card is undeniably related to that situation. Undeniably, you know, it's not about health because again, this is McDonald's we're talking about, yo. McDonald's is there was a guy that did a YouTube video back in I think 2014, and this dude did an experiment where he ate McDonald's for like 3 months straight. All he ate was McDonald's. He would go in there, eat off the dollar. He would just eat everything on the menu. Basically, he would eat pretty much. He would try different stuff, but he ate McDonald's all day, every day for like I think it was 3 months, and he would document the changes. And he started to get sick a lot. He started to like his hair started to fall out, I think, or something like that. He had a smell to his body. It was crazy, you know. And this is the stuff that your people are putting in their body, and they're worried about you having a jab. Like, yo, what? What are you talking about, bro? Y'all are literally killing mofos, and y'all worried about me getting poked. Get out of here, man. Stupid. What's up, Chris? I got your email, man. Thank you for looking out, bro. I got a lot of emails. Please, if you sent me an email and I did not respond, please know that I was all jacked up, and I will be responding to emails. If I did respond to your emails, it's because of whatever reason. But if I did not respond to your email, do not take it personal. I got a bunch of emails. People ask for consultations. I can do consultations. Just hit me up if you need them. I'm a little backed up, but still hit me up and I can schedule it. But yeah, don't take it personal if I haven't responded to your message. I got a lot of emails to read and respond to. So yeah, that's where we at. If I'm supposed to complete any paperwork for you or anything like that, I will be done with paperwork by mid next week. So don't think I forgot about you, But yeah, a lot of documents I got to complete for people. So I will do your documents, but just give me the mid this coming week, as a matter of fact. Yeah, New York is bad, man. New York is really bad. What up, Jules? What's going on, my man? I ain't see you in weeks, bro. What's up with you? I was like, what's up with Jules, man? Where you been at? But yeah, man, we talking about the what is it? The green certificate is what we're talking about. The green certificate. And apparently, if you got the jab, you have to have a green certificate in order to eat at McDonald's because they need to make sure you're healthy enough to eat unhealthy food. So whatever. But that's what it is, basically. McDevil. Their meats aren't real and great. Yo, their meats are suspect, yo. Facts. I haven't eaten McDonald's in over I want to say maybe. It had been at least 13 years. It's been a while since I ate McDonald's. I stopped eating McDonald's a long time ago, bro. McDonald's they suspect, man, for real. It's called Super Size Me. What up, Jimmy? What's going on with you? Long time no hear from, man. He actually made a sequel to the documentary. I haven't seen it. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the YouTube video was called Super Size Me. Yeah. And yeah, he would supersize his meal when he ordered. So he would get the meal and he would supersize it. He would go home and he would mash off on the whole meal. And then he just recorded the results. And this dude, his doctor was like, yo, please stop eating that shit. Like literally, his doctor told him to stop eating it. So yeah, it was no good. He made a sequel. I gotta look for the sequel, man. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. I gotta look for that. World citizen is another form of subjection to the United Nations. Man and woman need to stand on their own without permission from a body politic. Yeah, I'm not sure about that entirely. I'm not sure about that, Jordan. I can't back that yet. I need proof. All right. If you got proof, send it to my email. We'll talk about it. We'll look into it. That makes no sense. Absolutely. I haven't gotten the vaccine. Oh shit. I said yeah. So yeah. I agree with you 100%. The poison is real. Absolutely. Long time. Wasn't it just like I wasn't even online last weekend, Jimmy? I was incapacitated, man. I was down. I had the flu. People eating human burgers and don't know they got caught doing it. Damn. Yo, I heard there's a restaurant. I think we talked about this early last year, but I heard there was a restaurant in Cali where you can actually order human meat. Facts. Like, yo, you can actually order and eat human meat. It's like a cannibal restaurant. Like, yo, I could have sworn there was something written somewhere that you couldn't do that. But yo, again, Cali's on some other shit, bro. I ain't with it. Holy chicken, that's a good breakdown. Super Size Me 2 is wild. It's about the fake green health branding of bad food. Really? Okay, I don't watch. You know what? We're gonna watch that next week. Somebody send the video to my email. I'm gonna start. No, we're gonna watch it next week. Super Size Me Too. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna chop this fable. Absolutely. I'm here in Mexico. When I got here, they didn't ask for no proof of that, nor proof of negative that. Okay. Yeah, because they know what's up. Yeah, you talking about the word citizen. Yeah, I get it. I get what you mean. But a state citizen, though, with a capital C, you feel me? That's different than an lowercase c citizen. Because I think it was after the which amendment was it? I think it was after the 13th Amendment, they started using the lowercase c. Everything before the 13th Amendment, I believe it was an uppercase C. And they changed it in the 14th and beyond. So it basically changed, the definition of the word. You gotta pay attention to stuff like that, though. Facts. Hey, Bob, suppose they get away with using human remains in vegan food. Yo, that's what I was telling people, bro. That not meat burger, like, yo, why would you eat this? I don't want that. Like, I don't know what this is. They clearly telling you it's not meat. I'm not eating that. I'm not eating it. I will not eat it. Absolutely not. Right now, I'm actually doing a vegetarian thing at this current time. So I'm doing like just veggies and fruits and nuts right now for the protein supplement, just temporarily. Help my body beat this crap and get rid of all the mucus. Working pretty well too. Working pretty well. Zuckerberg's wife is behind that cannibal restaurant. Yeah, that got I want to say declassified, but that got discovered in the whole entire QAnon video that was out on YouTube. But they nuked that shit from existence. I'm surprised it stayed up that long. But there was a I think it was a 15 series video or something like that. There was a lot of outlandish stuff in it that was probably factual though. But yeah, they talked about a lot of different stuff. Lady Ghislaine Maxwell, she just got all that damn time. But yo, a lot of people saying she not going to do that time. If you know what I mean. But yeah, that whole thing with the restaurant and all that stuff, that lady who that soul what is it? Is it called soul cooking or something like that, or whatever it is? Spirit cooking or whatever. It's something where they do like weird kind of rituals and stuff like that. But there's a lady who's actually involved with that restaurant too. With that cannibalism. It's a lot of weird. I'm telling you, man. Places like New York and Cali, bruh, they literally are on some other shit. And the messed up thing about Cali is, if you look at the flag, it actually says that Cali is supposed to be a republic, yo. That's the crazy thing about it. It's the furthest thing from a republic I've ever seen. Got an argument with some Democrats, and basically told them the word Democrat is not even mentioned in the Constitution. We are a democratic republic. They basically think the word democratic means that the people have a say in what happens. Like, yo, a republic is actually ran by the people. A democracy is ran by majority rules, pretty much. That's the corporations and shit. You start getting into that. That's what that's all about. It's called Holy Chicken Corporate Control. The 11th Amendment, where it was capital C. 11th Amendment, that's what it was, yeah. Next time the term citizen is in the 13th Amendment. Okay, that's what it was. It was the 11th Amendment. Yep, you're right. You're right about that. Yep, it was the 11th Amendment. Garbanzo beans instead of chicken, too. I highly recommend. Yo, let me tell you something, bro. Beans is my new romance. So beans are fire, bro. Let me tell you something. The black beans, I like the black beans, refried beans. I gotta try the garbanzo beans too. But yo, they're really, really high in protein. They're delicious. They're really, really delicious. I've been eating a lot of mushrooms also. Mushrooms is my thing. I really like mushrooms too. Not the funny kind either. I don't know about the funny kind. Like, I never tried the funny ass kind. The shit that make you see other dimensions and shit. I never did that. Chickpeas. I hate chickpeas. I'm sorry, bro. I tried chickpeas. Them shits. They chickpeas are irritating. I don't know. They look weird. The texture is weird. I don't like chickpeas. Now, I do like hummus. I love hummus. Hummus is fire. I will eat hummus all day, every day. I like hummus a lot. So I just can't. I can't chew the chickpeas. They bother me. You know what they look? They look like those Cybermen from Dragon Ball Z. I watch too much anime. They look like Cybermen from Dragon Ball Z. I can't rock with the chickpeas though, but I can do hummus. Yes, sir. Mucus tea. Okay, I check that out. Marina Abramovic, Spirit Cooking. That's the lady. Yeah, the lady that was tied in with Jay-Z and all them too. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, she was tied in with that restaurant also. You take the mucus to yourself, okay? The lady you're mentioning, she's from Russia. She's friends with Jay-Z. Yeah, yeah, yep. Absolutely. That's the people. Once people realize and learn to self-govern, we will return to Tartarian world paradise. Yo, how long you in Mexico? You good, bro? Man, they ain't no bullshit, right? You good, right? I know what you meant, Carl. I know what you meant, man. No more homeless people on the street. Okay, that's probably where the meat came. Yo, that's I didn't think about that. Yo said the homeless people on the street is probably where the meat came from. That's a different perspective right there. Damn, that's wild. Yo said funny mushrooms are good too. Yeah, I never tried the funny mushrooms, bro. Like it's just I don't know, man. Like I don't know. I don't know if I got the guts yet. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. Yeah, I've heard stories about the funny mushrooms. I don't know. I'm not sure about those. Yeah, I like to kind of remain sharp, you know. What up, hip hop? Leo, let you laughing. Yes. All right. Look. So this is the part of the show where we go ahead and drop the link, and anybody can jump in here and drop some bars if anybody wants to at this current time. There's the link in the chat. Boom. And please, if you can, slide me a donation, man. Give me $1 or $2 or whatever, so I can get some of that tea, or I can do all kinds of other stuff. You know, if you feel like my time is worth anything, you can do that. Absolutely. My man says everything is awesome. It's just people here all over the subject of man since a little okay. Because they haven't realized they're part of the earth. I told people what they mycelium is a natural. Mycelium is the natural internet. Yo said that. Yo, y'all talking about the hallucinogenics. Y'all some shit. I can't say y'all. I'm not gonna say y'all wrong though. So I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying I haven't done that. What we talking about here, Drew? You said the timeline of 2022. What they put in their bodies primarily causes it. Yeah, facts. Absolutely. Drop some bars, they drop you $1. Yo, let me say something, Jimmy. Let me explain something to you, bro. If anybody wants to donate, I'm not against you donate. All right. So all this rich shit, we can cut that out. Because ain't nobody here rich. So we can drop that. But if anybody wants to donate for my time being here, you can do so. Put in their body in terms with it. Yeah, I got you. I got what you meant. Yep. What you breathe, what you eat, what you drink, all that stuff, man. That all plays a factor. All of it. Water. Alkaline water. Delicious. Okay, so this is what she said. Watch the movie Soylent Green. That's how they made humans the food supply, and they didn't know what they were eating. Soylent Green. Where's it? You know what, man? I got time to watch that tonight, matter of fact. Soylent Green. I'm gonna take a look at that, see what's up. I know where I can watch it too. Soylent Green. Have you seen the Tupac hoax? No, I haven't seen the Tupac hoax. Send me that in my email because we can talk about that too. Absolutely. We can talk about that too. Facts. Thank you for tuning in, Chris. Thank you so much, man. We took that out of context talking about your minor account. You may call it the TD account. Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah, my bad, yo. I was wrong. My bad. Commercial propaganda to control the mind of the masses. Yep. China supposedly sent their artificial sun in orbit a few days. Yeah, we looked at that video. We looked at that video earlier. That was on Orion Daystar's channel. Yeah. China's been they've been busy. And I knew they were messing around with that bad boy about 8 months ago. They were working on that joint. And they were saying they actually were working on a few of them, not just one. And it just makes me wonder, how many of these other nations have done the same? could be a situation where it could be done here. That it could have been going on here, man. Yo, what up, consultant? I haven't heard from this man in like a month and a half. What up, yo? What's going on with you, man? Hope everything's good with you, man. All mycelium is a part of the natural internet Earth's neural network. Yeah, the Earth grid. You're talking about the grid. Yeah, that's why they're trying to create the 6G. That's the whole thing about the 6G. That grid that they're trying to create is an artificial grid. They're trying to mock the Earth, like the Earth has a pulse because there's a life grid of the Earth, and it's supposedly animals are all connected to the life grid, so they can telepathically communicate. And we used to be attached to the life grid too, but we dropped in consciousness for whatever reason. When we dropped in consciousness, we got disconnected from the life grid to a degree. So we're supposed to be trying to work back to naturally connect with the life grid, but they're trying to build their own grid basically, which is pretty much, the metaverse, all these 5G towers and all this stuff. They're connecting the jabs. All this stuff is turning people into antennas. All of this stuff is supposed to interconnect to create an artificial grid that they can control, because the longer they can control it, the longer they can stay in control of everything. Their era is supposed to be up. It's the age of Aquarius. Their age of ruling is done. So with that said, they're supposed to be on the way out, but they're struggling desperately to stay in control. And the more people wake up and connect with that grid, the life grid, the more powerful we become as a mass. But people have to wake up. We're all awakened, but it has to be a lot more people to do so. You know what I mean? Yeah, we talked about that the sun earlier. Everybody is rich. The people own the land. Federal Reserve notes don't make you rich. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. 100%. What up, Brandon? Thank you so much, man, for welcoming me back. Just kicking out this crap from my body. The king here tonight. Yeah, I don't see him. I haven't heard from him in a while, man. I hope he's okay. Last thing I heard, he was suing. He was putting people on. He was suing people. He was suing big people. That's the last thing I heard. Fasting, yes, sir. Absolutely, yeah. Good to hear, man. I fasted last week too. He was doing a full cleansing. Yeah, cleanse of social media and everything. Yo, to be honest, man, that's what we really all need from time to time, bro. You need to just completely disconnect. But my man does it properly. He goes out to like another country to do it, man. He gets busy with the fasting, yo. That's what's up. Has anyone bought that gold and silver yet? I mean, I pretty much been keeping some. Yeah, silver and no gold. Yeah. I got some. I told people what to do. You can get right on eBay. And you can get some Valcambi gold bars. You can get Valcambi platinum, Valcambi gold bars, and silver, and just keep it on hand, yo. You can. It's a good means of exchange just in case shit hits the fan. Because if that grid drops out, you can kiss your fiat, you can kiss your credits and all that stuff goodbye. It's pretty much going to be all about what you can hold in your hand. And if that's the case, that gold and silver is going to come a long way. So please. Look out for getting the Valcambi gold and silver and get some of that in your house, man. Get a safe to put it in. Metaverse is man-made. Living being conscious is connected to the source. Yep. That's why they created the metaverse, man. The metaverse is all about control. Everybody's so anxious to jack into the metaverse, man. But at the end of the day, they can make you see it's literally like people have literally watched a movie about this and they're not grasping the concept. That bothers me to a whole nother degree. People literally have watched a movie about this, where people plug up into a universe, into a matrix. People literally saw a movie about this, and they aren't able to draw the. I give up. If you don't get it at this point, you won't. Personally, I think people are controlled by funguses. That's interesting. Fungus. I wonder what would happen if everyone said no to the V, no to voting in corporate. Yeah. How about that? If everybody said, you know what? No. It's just like in school when they told us ignore it and it'll go away. Remember the teacher told you ignore it and it'll go away. If everybody just did that, that shit would go away. Or they'd be trying to bargain with you and shit, reason with you, I've heard that the U.S. Mint is going to stop making 1 cent coins, pennies. I've called quite a few copper cents collected quite a few copper cents over the past few years. You best believe that. Yo, they slowly phasing out the dollars, man. That's why they're trying to say there's a coin shortage. They put it in your head now ahead of time that it ain't no coins left. So now it's like a situation where people just moving off coins completely. But yeah, yo, facts. The bicentennial coins and all that stuff probably gonna be worth some cheese too. Bicentennial quarters, if you have any quarters that have silver in them, all that stuff, man. You know, but they slowly phasing out. They're gonna start with the pennies. They're gonna start with the nickels. They're gonna say they're gonna say that is the center of how the viruses are spread through the money. They're gonna say we need to do away with the money. They're gonna do the pennies, and then the nickels, then the dimes, and the quarters, and the 50-cent pieces, and all that other stuff. And you know, that's how they're gonna rock. That's where they're gonna rock out at. So the only exchange is gonna be crypto, or it's gonna be digital currency. But if you want to do hand-to-hand trades, you're going to have to go old school on with the gold, baby. The gold and silver. You know? Said electromagnetism in the sun can kill funguses or parasites. Yeah. It's a lot of different things that can kill them, man. I heard you can be tortured in the metaverse forever. Absolutely, bruh. That's psychological shit right there, man. Fuck that. Jewels, and then there would be no fungus or parasites. Sun be shining. But that comes back to what we talked about. What if that shit wasn't even the real sun, though? Because what if they did a China years and years and years and years ago and put up a fake ass sun? It's something to think about. This guy in Puerto Rico, Morelos, has a machine of electromagnetism Tesla coil that kills parasites. That's fire. I never heard about that. They're gonna come get his shit. They're gonna come confiscate his shit. Yeah, absolutely trying to hold on to it. Absolutely. Yeah, but everyone doesn't get sun. They don't like it. I never understood why people don't like sun, you know. Like, that shit is gorgeous, bro. Sun on your skin is great. Copper is extremely undervalued. I agree with that 100%. Copper is extremely undervalued. Copper has a lot of uses. It's a great conductor. Even a conductor of not even just electricity and stuff like that or heat. Copper is a conductor of energy to the metaphysical world. Copper is an excellent conductor. So is silver. Silver is another excellent conductor. Yeah, I do that too. The sun gazing. Yes, sir. Not financial. Yeah, I don't give financial advice. I don't give any of that. You know what I mean? No, sir. I don't give any of that. Absolutely. I don't give no financial advice to anybody. Never have, never will. Yeah, when it first hit a few months ago, they alleged that the money was the cause and how it was transmitting so quickly, staying on certain surfaces for days at a time. Yeah, they tried it. Niggas wasn't trying to hit that shit, though. Let's make the fuck out of here with that. Dollar bill, yo. Maybe cellular cosmology is the truth. The sun is the center of the earth. Yo, let me explain something to you, bro. I've seen multiple videos and I have flown on planes and have been level with the sun. So they definitely lying about the sun. That sun is fuck around, be a nuclear arc reactor or something like that. Be a Tony Stark shit. Financial advice: don't be stupid with your money, yo. Jimmy Wild. Copper and gold on top of the Tartarian buildings, meaning they would extract energy from Aether for free energy. Absolutely. There was a gold cap on top of the pyramid. We've talked about that before. There was a gold cap on top of the pyramid, one of the pyramids of Giza, I believe. And they used the gold cap to actually conduct the electricity to power the whole city. And underneath as well. So yeah, these are all facts, man. One was gold, one was copper. I think one was made of another material. If everyone would just say no and walked away, the whole world would shut down. People are power. Power is people, man. When we realize that, we become invincible. All right, so I'm going to drop the link one more time in the chat for those of you who are just joining. And for those of you who want to get in. There we go. It's right there. If y'all want to join in, just click the link and jump right in. If you do. Google water purification tablets for camping. Yeah, I saw those joints. This is how you kill the stuff, bacteria and etc. in your COFF river water. It'll clean your body too if you drink within 1 to 2 hours. Okay, the purification tablets. Yeah. Yo, somebody sent me some information on the what's the word I'm searching for? It rhymes with hyperfectin. Let's put it that way. Somebody sent me some information about that. So they said it takes a while to get. So I was like, shit, I'd be better off just fighting this shit off. But I still might look into it though. You know, I still might look into it just in case. Probably be good to have it on hand just in case. The hyperfectin. They're doing the change nonsense. Yeah, they've been doing that slowly. Ever since they started talking about a money shortage, coin shortage, they've been pulling the money, yo, slowly but surely. Ain't no coin. They made a coin shortage. It's manufactured. All right, dropping some knowledge perhaps I know about. I bet you could use a new STI or for a Nissan GTR Nismo. I would love to pay out of the trust. Let me tell you something, bro. If it was up to me, I would have a Skyline R34 GTR. I would have one of those. And I would have private plates on that bad boy, and it would be in a trust. A private trust. Absolutely. According to the Egyptian Kemet, the sun is a portal to the heavens. That's interesting. Yeah, we've actually talked about the fact that the moon was artificial, and the moon was supposed to be basically created as like a vacuum for souls, like when souls die or something like that. They're supposed to be vacuumed towards that portal, and the portal is supposed to basically tell them, like, yes, you have to go back to do to complete your task in life and such, and it lets them elect to go back, because you have to. Everything is a choice, so you have to elect to come back to Earth instead of returning to the source, which is the sun. The source is supposed to be the sun itself. So that's what I've heard. Good night, man. Thank you so much for welcoming me back, man. Actually, I 100% intend to stay healthy, but you know how it goes, man. Thank you so much, man. Have a good rest tonight. And it's interesting how the moon has some same cycles as women's cycles. Yeah, how about that, huh? How about that? Out of the trust. I gotta get that knowledge. I gotta get that knowledge. Should we drop knowledge bombs so you can get that automobile? Hit me privately, bro. Hit me privately, because like some stuff ain't supposed to be public. All right, so look, I have in the green room, my man, the Bad Wolf. What up, man? How you feeling, man?
Hey, what's up, Six? Can you hear me?
Absolutely, man. Live in the fact.
Cool. Just picked up a new little cam, and so I was making sure it's working right. So I'm testing it out right now.
I was getting ready to say you look crisp, sir. You look
right. Good to see you back on the men, though, bro.
You already know what it is. Thank you so much for welcoming me back, bro.
For sure. Appreciate you having me on the show as always. Always like the info and the camaraderie. So yeah.
Absolutely, man. I love talking to you guys, man. It's 100%. It's like a little family. You know what I mean?
Right.
We go through the day. We operate in commerce, this, that, and the third, and we don't never really get to talk to somebody that fully grasps what's happening. So these conversations that we have each other with around these times can be often therapeutic, because it's like, yo, we're talking to other people that have the same knowledge, and you can't talk to the everyday U.S. citizen about stuff like this.
Man, let me tell you, first of all, you can't hardly talk to anybody. Not that you shouldn't talk to people about it, but they just don't want to either hear it or they don't understand it. So like when we sit here and talk to each other, you, me directly, and then obviously your viewing audience, my viewing audience, it is very therapeutic. You know what I mean? Because you can bounce knowledge off of each other and reach out and kind of, just be like, hey, this is what I went through. How would you deal with this? I mean, that's what we do. So you know, got to come together. We are a nation of nations.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's our duty, man. It's our duty. All right, so my man Hip Hop Blitz says, I saw the video where your man's had private plates with his caddy. Yo, that dude's a veteran, yo. This dude, man, let me say this. He gets busy, all right? He gets biggity busy. This dude, let's just say certain situations he had to deal with where he was supposed to go to court, he didn't need to because shit got thrown out. We'll put it that way. I don't want to put his shit out there, but my man gets busy. Put it down. He gets busy. I don't know anything about it. Yeah, I feel like the moon delivers souls into this red shift blue shift earth physical realm. Yeah, the moon is something up with the moon because if you look at it, there's like a wave that goes through it every so often. I can't remember what the frequency is. It might be like 13 days or something like that. But every so often when you monitor the moon, it looks like a wave goes through it, like you're looking at a projected image and it's being uploaded every so often. You know what I mean? So I've seen that. Here's an MMS way better, and I may have stopped 4 times being sick. It's different water purification sometimes. All right, look, let's check this out right here. All right, I just got an email from a gentleman that sent me a video about a man getting pulled over. Now, I haven't seen this video yet, so let's take a look at it. Hold on. I'm reading the email now, so bear with me. You can take over from now, Bad Wolf.
All right. Yeah, everything's been pretty smooth, man. Been doing lots of consultations. I haven't been making any videos lately. I've just been taking some personal time and catching up with consultations and emails. And then, but yeah, there's tons of people just getting their status corrected. Been hearing about lots of states are increasing the cost to getting your stuff authenticated, just because of the natural flow of so many people now doing this process. I've been contacted. I work with a guy now every Wednesday, wealthy guy. He's a speaker, world renowned. I don't know if he wants his information put out there, so I won't say his name, but he's pretty well known. Like he books out pretty high to even talk to this guy. And I've been teaching him about the process because he came across our info and so he's been working with me on how to do it for himself. So he's trying to get the Australian people that are Americans down there to know what's going on, and then trying to see if there is a Australian version of what we do up here, but down there for them. So been having people in Canada reaching out. We got some people in Puerto Rico, basically trying to learn the process down there for them. So yeah, man, it's doing its thing. Everyone's getting out there, getting this knowledge, and you know, we just got to keep learning. So right now, I just got a ton of books. Probably see them back there on my stand. Yeah. So I'm gonna be bringing lots of new information. I got like another, I don't even know, like probably 400 or 500 files that I'm gonna sort through and check out the legitimacy, and then bring the people a lot more information on this stuff, man. But everything that we've been doing that's been time tested and tried is doing its thing, man. Just getting busy.
Absolutely, 100%, man. Yeah, I'm looking at what's happening in Australia and all that stuff, bro. That is insane. Like they literally have people in concentration camps over there.
Yeah.
She put a YouTube Instagram video where she had to get a blue band on her arm to go outside. She wasn't allowed to go outside of the concentration camp unless she had a blue band. That was insane. Like, bro, this is literally what's going down. And like, yo, people just not knowing their rights and giving up their arms and stuff like that. Yo, those are no-nos, man. Those are no-nos. You know?
See, most of these places are all controlled by, you know, we'll just say the elite.
Yeah.
And so, especially Australia, they are directly controlled. Like, they don't really have a secondary, like we have here. We've got a secondary nationality, you know what I mean? So we have the American Constitution we're operating under. So we've got that difference, you know, to be able to fall back on that. But Australia, it was straight just Aboriginal land, and they took it over and turned it into a penal colony directly owned by, long live the Q. And so they really don't have anything to fall back on. It's just straight, hey, you're under the rule of the royal family, you know what I mean? So for them, that to me has always been like, if there ever was going to be a country that is basically just taken over and obviously and locked down like straight slaves on a plantation, it would be Australia. Because most other places have something to fall back on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that is just a straight penal colony.
They got it, yo. They got it hard, bro. They got no arms. They ain't got shit, bro. Damn.
Right. Yeah. See, they're fighting back, but you ain't seeing it on TV so much. Like I've got friends down there who keep me plugged in. So they be let me know what's going on. But yeah, that's why years ago when they were like, yeah, let's get rid of the weapons, I was like,
yeah,
that's one of the first big signs of troubles coming, because either your shadow government will step in and take over everything, or else another country. You got to think about it. Why would your country, not want you the citizens who are supposed to protect that land to have weapons?
Right.
It's either because they want to take you over, or somebody else is going to take you over. That's one of the things that has saved our country, is because the sheer number of individuals here who have arms, and the vast amount of ammunition that we have is staggering.
Yeah.
There's countries that don't have as much weaponry as we have, and so that has been a big thing, because anybody trying to drop troops down on our land is going to get that chitty chitty bang bang.
Yes, sir. What did the Chinese? What was it? Was it Mao Zedong, whoever it was? He was like, "Yo, there's no possible way you'd be able to do an on-land invasion, because there'd be a rifle behind every blade of grass in America. As soon as you land, bro, they gonna tear the fur off your ass, and they taking everything you got."
You gonna earn every footstep, because every block you walk down, everybody from gang members to your hunters to your whatever else gonna be like.
You want to see people unite? Shit, let something like that happen. You'll see the hillbillies. You'll see the thugs off the corner, the street gang, the drug deal, all the motherfuckers to put down their differences and get busy. But they know that.
They gonna hear, you ain't from around here, huh?
Right.
Pop, pop.
Snap, crackle, and pop, baby. You already know.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what it is, though. 100%. That's 100% what it is. So, like, looking at these people, fending for themselves, man, it's great to see. They got this energy, this newfound energy, man. They standing up like, yo, nah, this is too much. Y'all telling people they can't come out of their houses. This dude actually said coming out of your house to work is not a good reason. Like, bro, what? At that point, I'd be like, nah, F that, bro. You know what I mean?
Right. And then they have nerve to tell you in most places, which is only in the corporation. Remember, this is within the corporate U.S. Can't garden on your own land.
Yeah.
You can't collect rainwater, because they don't want you to be able to have resources. They want you to go to them for everything. And when they want to shut off your benefits,
they want you.
That's why people have to understand. Yeah, you have to understand that your property is your property. I mean, you have a God-given right to collect rainwater. How are you going to tell me I can't collect rain water?
Yeah. Hey, how about that, man?
But see, that's all for the corporate side. Remember, when they're talking about these mandates and whatever else, they're talking to U.S. citizens. And to be a U.S. citizen, you have to be in an agreement. So if you agree that you're a U.S. citizen, then yeah, you can't do those things.
Yep. Now, how about this, man? In Australia, man, they don't have no arms, man. They need to throw them big ass spiders at them police officers. Man, that shit might be just as effective, yo. Throw them big ass fucking tarantulas on the police officers. Get busy,
bro. I got some friends down there. They're awesome. They're always like, hey, if you're gonna come down here, I'm like, nope, because I got land in Arkansas, about 100 and some acres. I don't even go and check on it. You know why? Because it is hot. They got fire ants. They got all kind of crazy wasps and stuff, and snakes and black widows. I almost got bit by as a kid when I was down there. Yeah. And Australia has more and worse.
Bigger ones, like
they're their ants are evil, the spiders are evil. They got, man, no, you can't just be out there playing like, you know, hanging out, having
You
a
can walk around in the grass out there. You know how big your balls gotta be to walk around in the grass in Australia, bro? No thanks.
You better get you a horse, bro.
To go to sleep in Australia. Like, yo, when you go to sleep, because you know they say you're never more than 15 feet away from a spider, I think they said.
Yeah.
At any point, you're never like, bro, you wouldn't be able to sleep. Knowing that, how can you lay down and go to sleep? There's a tarantula on the other side of your bed.
My hat goes off to those Aborigine people, man, because I couldn't be sleeping out there in the dirt and stuff, or in a tree or whatever else. No, man.
Well, they got the keys, man. They got the keys. They've been dealing with them forever, so they passed down that knowledge. You know?
Man, I'm still saying mosquitoes, spiders, and all that. I'm too much of a city boy. Like I used to kick it and live out country when I go by my grandma's house and whatever. I wasn't out with my cousins and them. They're out there running barefoot through spiders and ticks and all kind of dirt daubers and all the other things. I was like, we don't have that in the city. We don't got no snakes. We ain't got no ticks.
Who said that? Yeah, facts.
Nope.
100%. Yep, that's 100%. My man says in China they supposedly went into people's homes at night and shipped them off to concentration camps. I mean, quarantine zone. Yep.
China was getting busy when I first watched the video put out by the CVID19 doctor who's like, yeah, it's coming and whatever, before they scrubbed the internet for most of the videos. He was releasing videos along with his own, where people from up in the other like high rises were looking at how they were bordering up, nailing people's doors shut. They were spraying gas through the city. They were dragging people up out of their houses and going MIA. And that's when that guy went MIA too. Supposedly he died from it, sometime later. But yeah, they don't play that because that's not like, it's not like here. You know what I mean? Like they're under a regime. Yeah. So when they say, bring him in for questioning, that is just it. All the people there are property.
Right. It ain't no ends legis, ain't none of that. Your body is coming over here now. Like,
yep. You are a subject, meaning subject to this and subject to that.
That's insane though. Like, yo, and it just makes me wonder, bro, like it's always supposed to be a choice. You know what I mean? So like a place like that, how can a place like that have existed for so long? The regime.
Well, remember, it's a choice here because of the Constitution, because our, the forefathers of this country, left, such a, well, the country in the royal family that operates a good chunk of the world now, causing some of these lockdowns. Our forefathers left that country to come here to make sure that stuff wouldn't happen here. Yeah. But when you're on another country, remember it's the old royal it's my way or the highway, because that's just it. That one person, male or female, has 100% say so to everything in the country. Like, I mean, even when I can't think of his name, I can't think of his name. Anyway, the one dictator that we went over there and killed a long time ago, he was like, he would officiate over people's weddings. And if he thought your wife was fine, he was like, I'm finna yank this up real quick in the back and then you can have her.
Sheesh.
Like,
yeah.
Like, and that's just how it was. That was like, oh, okay, have fun. Sorry. Sorry, hon.
That's wrong.
Like, every day, all day, like some just whatever. I mean, that's the whole thing. So however you felt, you can do whatever you want. Kick in some doors, slap some people, take somebody's chick, and there's just nothing you can do. Like nothing. Like he's got the army outside and boys on the inside with them bang bangs. Like, yeah, we doing this. We taking your money. I might just live in your crib for a week. You gonna be outside watching. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, but that's what it is, being under a king or a queen who is that type of person. It is literally your country. Every asset, every person is yours to do what you want.
You know what I heard? I actually heard the word F-U-C-K, the word fuck, was actually originally initialed for fornication under the consent of the king. So like when you got married to your wife, you had to ask the king permission to consummate the marriage, basically.
Yeah.
I read that somewhere. I can't remember. I don't know how true it is, but
Yeah, I've never looked it up, but I've heard that. But I do know. I was reading some ancient, very old scripts, and they were talking about how there was a time when we people basically were not allowed. You couldn't just have sex. You had to get consent. From the higher ups, and it had to be like it was like a big special ordeal. you know. So it wouldn't surprise me if there isn't some truth to that, because every story you hear, there's a grain of truth somewhere in there.
yeah, yeah. So Truth Seeker says Australia is like Satan's armpit of politics. Facts.
Yeah.
In New York City, we can always walk out with the clothes on our back at least. Yeah. So how you maintaining out there out in New York City? Well, how you getting around? Like, what are y'all doing? Because I know it's got to be a pocket of people who like, I ain't taking that shit. Fuck it. So, well, how y'all getting around?
I know before you were talking about California being a republic, but you got to remember there's 3 levels of jurisdiction going on in any one state. Okay, and this is what I got from the Post guy back when I was learning this stuff years ago. Your local downtown is your republic. Okay, so like here, our mayor, that is the republic. That's who we are supposed to vote for as a U.S. national or state citizen. That's us. That's of the land. They're the ones who actually are operating and owning the state, the de jure American land. And then you've got the state of, which is a corporation which incorporated under the federal government, who is operating on what they call the state level. And then you've got the federal, government, who's got their body, jurisdiction in your state too. So there's 3 different levels of ownership going on. And then you got some of these places that got the Commonwealth, which I'm still trying to understand, the ins and outs of that, because that's like pulling teeth trying to find out who owns the Commonwealth and whatever else. They used to talk about all this stuff in civics, and they would just point out who owns it and when it was bought and all that stuff, including DC, because DC is privately owned too. So, but yeah, they don't like that information being out there. So, need to find some old civics books.
Word. All right, my man says, before I go to sleep, I wanted to share a clarification of the comments I left earlier. Not intended to be financial advice, but according to Visa, a copper penny from colonial times should be valued at $3.19. What? Man. Just email you this. Okay, cool. All right, bet. I'm gonna look into that now. Let's read what that says. All right, he just sent me a attachment. I'm gonna read it off to you. Some of it anyway. All right. Story of the word fuck. Fornication under control of the king. I was right. I thought it was consent. All right. So it says it's 16 pages. I'm not reading all 16. Let's get real and look at the history beyond what the ultra rich and the authorities want us to believe. The word fuck has had such power power that the authorities have tried to cover up its real origins that embarrass them. Governments and authorities do not want the power of this word to be used to protest against them as a word that was designed for. They make historians twist and lie to divert attention from the truth. The attempts to invent a false ideology of the word fail if we look deep. In ancient England, the king was in control of fornication. There we go. Prime noctis. And his translation, right of the first nights. Wow. This disgusting, profane, and vulgar concept of abuse of power over the people, and especially the power over their sex life, had such incredible energy. This was an insult to the people. Such an incredible insult and offense to the people. Revolts led to its removal in practice. So it says, it's got a picture here that says, this is a famous picture of the right of prima noctis, fornication under control of king. It shows 3 women and an old man standing next to each other, and some look like a joker standing on the steps or whatever. Look like he probably goes up to ask the king whatever they want them to ask, whatever. So it says the Charlton Heston movie Warlord and the very popular movie Braveheart told us of this dark spot in history. Yes, the quote is about wives, not lives. So look, check this out. So look, that might have been one of the reasons the mofos fled to come here and create this republic, for the simple fact that they was, I can't even get my jimmy wet without asking permission. Like, yo, can you imagine that? That's not even the only thing, but I'm just saying that's absurd if that's the case.
Well, yeah, it was that. They couldn't practice the religion the way they wanted to, their interpretations of it. They were tired of being taxed. You know, so they basically like, hey, we want to be out. But, you know, like I was telling somebody yesterday, it wasn't like they just jumped on the ships and were like out. Like, you know, the royalty, the royal family, they still financed those ships and them coming over here, you know, because they needed supplies, they needed ships, they needed all these, you know, things. And so it wasn't like they just like, oh, you know, they Uber ships over here. You know, they had to get the consent to leave and they had to pay, and then, you know, they borrowed money, and so it was a thing. You know, they didn't just, because how are you going to leave? Think about it. Does it make sense that that a royal family would just say, yeah, hundreds of or thousands of people can just get up and just go to a new land and you know, like basically your property going somewhere else to create an entire new nation scot free. Ain't nobody letting you go scot free. That's like a pimp letting his hose go work down the block or in the next state and start their own empire without some kind of contractual agreements.
Yeah, that's crazy. I agree with that though. Truth Seeker says, I lost my job due to the mandates, but most I see is people bending over for the mandates or hiding behind fake cards on Jab. I just started my business website and I got at Wolf's 508 guy. Yes, sir. There you go. Good to hear. You standing on your feet though. That's what's up. You going to do it because you got the will to. C Money says certificate of live birth or birth certificate. Certificate of live birth. Well, it depends on where you are too, because I've heard that here's the certificate of live birth, but I've seen in Texas it's called a birth certificate, but it looks the same as a certificate of live birth with the signature on it. So that's what I've seen. Going what I can to learn to trade stocks. Good. That's good to hear. Should I send a copy of my UCC filing on my passport information? Not necessary. 26 for 26. Yes, sir. What's up, Fearless Floyd? Yeah, everybody go subscribe to Fearless Floyd's channel. Give him some support. He talks about the same stuff we're on. Got some permission. I'm on a Zoom. I just dropped in to provide my support. Good to see you up and around. I'll watch later tonight. My man. Yes, sir. Absolutely. What's the difference between a world passport and a USA passport as a U.S. national? One of them has more standing and one of them doesn't, but it's still good to have the world passport because you can actually use the world passport for valid identification. I've actually heard about people using the world passport to get a passport. Facts. You turn that in, and boom, there's your passport information. You know. Thriftbooks.com. Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, man. So that's fire right there. That's fire. But yo, yeah, that whole control thing with that fornication under the consent under the control of the king. that's absurd, man. But hey, look, tell you what, it's heading back that way. It's heading back that way.
If they get their way, they're going to try to slowly introduce a way of getting us all sterilized. People who've already taken the trap. A lot of the men have already, complained of
dysfunction.
Yeah, and sterility, not necessarily being sterile, but lower sperm counts. You know, women have been like, you know, they've said that they've lost some of their sex drive and whatever else. You know, because remember we're under the same rulers that we try to get away from, and we've always been product and cattle to them. And so, what do farmers do to their livestock? You know, if they don't want them having, you know, offspring, or they want to control it, they want to control the food, they want to control, how you eat and all that. I mean, that's what these rulers do, because they don't have anything else to do. They don't have daily this and that. They've got people doing it for them. So they're playing Monopoly with the world. They're playing farm with the world.
Yep.
With the food supply. Man, let me tell you. So I'm gonna do a show on this on my channel, but it's gonna be basically titled like, your food is killing you. Like, so I went to make some breakfast the other day, right? And I bought these sausages. And anything I buy, usually I look at the ingredients. I always look at the ingredients, and I always look at the health food information facts section. And with 2 sausage links, okay, so just 2, and they were only about the size of my finger, so barely 3 inches, right? 40 to 50% of your sodium intake for the day was in 2 sausages.
Damn.
2 sausages had out of 100% of how much you should not have 100% salt. Your daily intake of salt should never reach 100%. And in 2 sausages, it had 50% of that. That is way too much sodium for your body, especially for people of color. And so and think about that. That's just one breakfast. So if you have breakfast with those sausages, lunch, and then whatever you have for dinner, you are over your body's safe limit for how much salt you should be processing. And that's just salt. That's just your sodium. We're not even talking about all the other stuff in there. What they put in your deodorant, your aluminum, your parabens, all that stuff messes with your nervous system, messes with your gives you brain fog, Alzheimer's, all that stuff. But the average person, they just eat. Like when I was younger, I was just a person where I was like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm just going to eat until I'm full.
Right.
Okay. And although the food back in the day wasn't nearly as loaded with salt and preservatives and whatever else like they are now. So if you're not watching what you eat, the age-old adage is your body is your temple. And so literally what you eat is what you're building your body with. You're building your temple. And a lot of people don't understand that, but the whole thing is most of the food the water has been stripped of its natural minerals and trace elements. So you're drinking dead water, which about how the water be. So you're drinking dead water. And another thing too is when you have water or juice, if you actually take it and you shake it like violently, you're causing the water to energize, which is how you should be drinking the water. Most of the water we get is dead water. It flows to you, but it's not shaken up like over a waterfall. All right. So you're not releasing those ions in it. Okay. Which help your health. That's why, like after most rainstorms, people like how it smells because of the ions that are released in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're drinking dead water and it's not energized, like if you shake the water or juice and then you have 2 of them, one that you shake and one that you don't, and then taste them. And you're going to find that the one that you shook up is going to taste better. It's going to taste softer. Okay. And that's just because of the process that you're doing to it. You're trying to add more, you're adding energy to it, freeing up those ions. So if your bread is, bleached and then your food is salted and it's exposed to ammonia, to supposedly kill off the bacteria and whatever else.
Right.
And then to keep it as a preservative. So if you're putting these things in your body, okay, you're building your temple with crap, with things that if you literally had real bricks and then there's a handful of gravel that was loose and you try to build a temple out of the gravel, it's going to be a crappy temple. If you use the actual bricks, it's going to last forever. And so your body can only work with the materials you give it. And so that's why I always tell people, I recommend, getting yourself a good, go to your supplement store and get a vitamin, a good multivitamin with like lots of, like natural, what's that?
No gummies.
Yeah. No, stay away from those if at all possible. But yeah, so just get you a good multivitamin. Like I said, if you go to the health food store, they usually will guide you in the right way.
Fire, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the diet is important, man. Definitely get them vitamins in your body. And I was telling people about the water. As far as the water goes, you already know how I roll. I go to that spring and get some all natural water. The water, flowing spring. It's all moving around like that. So yes, it's very much energized. I keep it in glass jars. I avoid plastic because plastic is not really good at conducting. It's pretty much just an absorber. And when you get those plastic bottles from 7-Eleven and stuff like that, that water is definitely dead. Like some of it will say alkaline, and it might have some alkaline in it, but the water doesn't have. It's not alive. It doesn't have the probiotics and any of the other stuff in it.
Yeah, it's not a natural alkaline. They're putting chemicals in it that give it that alkalinity, but we don't know the process in which they made those chemicals that they're putting in there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like, if they're using trash chemicals in whatever levels to just basically make it alkaline, that ain't no good for you either.
Absolutely not. Hey, you ever mess with that reverse osmosis water? I heard reverse osmosis water is like one of the best kinds of water you can get.
I haven't personally, but yeah, I heard basically the same thing. I forgot what is it? It's like a process where they
like
it's
a bunch
not
of
really
stages or something like that.
Yeah, something. I don't remember off the top,
They
but
said you can get them right at Home Depot, but they're not cheap. Like a good kit's gonna run you $250, and you basically tap into your pipe, and you can actually you can make the water, and like the water actually drips, like it's a purification process that drips the water in. But they said even the way the water looks, it looks a little different than like regular tap water. It moves a little different too. I know when I'm at the spring and I'm getting that water from there, man, that water, it definitely looks different than regular water does, man.
yeah, because it hasn't all been stripped and then chemically treated and then added with fluoride.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the natural water. The water should be flowing through the ground and getting purified by the ground, but then the minerals and metals and trace elements that are in the ground are added into the water because they're in the ground. So it's picking up those little bits of gold and silver and whatever else in there, and then when you drink it, you're mineralizing your body.
100%.
That's the biggest thing right now. That's why a lot of people, educational information only. Just my personal experience is that if you're eating food every day and you're thinking that's what's going to make you healthy or keep you healthy, that's not going to be it. You have to supplement it with trace elements, minerals, vitamins, and all those other things. I try when I go to my health store, I ask them like which one has the highest, what is it, ORAC, which helps remove free radicals and whatever else, and whichever ones have the most green plant like minerals, nuts, berries, leaves, all that stuff in the vitamin. Instead of like they're a lot more expensive, but they're better for you. So you're getting like a full complement of all the various vitamins and green leafy vegetables all in one multivitamin. That's what I go for.
Right. Absolutely. My man Albert says Kangen waters is good, but machine's expensive. Great water though.
Yeah, Kangen,
huh? Okay.
Yeah, they're good too. Like you said, yeah, expensive machines, really expensive.
When we talking expensive, like what are we talking thousands or?
Yeah, some of them, looking at you can drop 1,500 on a Kangen. I was looking into doing distributions for them, unless the price came down after all this time. But the last time I looked at it about a year ago, yeah, you can drop 1,500. I mean, you can find some around 5 or 6, but yeah, 15 is an average for a decent Kangen.
Dang, that's crazy. I mean, shit. How much is your health worth? You know what I mean?
Right.
You might want to say that up and save up the scratch and grab it because. It's priceless, man. You putting that good water in your body, that's going to make a difference. Jimmy says, get yourself a hexagonal water machine. Time to restructure the water. It's close to having a waterfall in your house. Hexagonal, huh?
Yeah, I don't think I know that one.
I haven't heard of that either. I haven't even heard of a Kangen, though. But, I already told you what my water source is, bro. I get that natural spring water. I love it.
Yeah, you're good where you're at.
I use it to cook. I use it for cooking, man. Like, you put that in any teas you got, any recipes you have with food, you add that in there, man. It gives it that extra kick. I'm telling you, man, it's great stuff. It's great stuff.
Yeah, I actually have a pure PUR water filter.
Hmm.
So that at least removes a good chunk. And when you buy a pure, they actually give you this little wand, and when you stick it in the water, it actually will show you how many contaminants are in there. And with them, it'll show like a reading of like I don't know, just let's just say like 180 or something. And then after you run it through the pure machine, which is just a filter, your charcoal, 7-layer charcoal, and whatever else in there, it'll be like 1, or 2, and you're like, oh wow, like I didn't, so your regular water's polluted. So I'll run it through there, and then take my supplements. You know what I mean? Because really, your water should have supplements already in it. Your minerals, trace elements, and all that stuff. But so 250 is cheap. Left out for that. I don't know.
Yeah, settings is 7.0, 8.5, 9.0, and 9.5. Mine's 2,500. Woo!
Yeah.
Hey,
Mr. Taylor, what's going on with you?
Yeah, you do what you got to do, man. I mean, to drink clean water. You guys saw what happened in Flint, Michigan. You know what I mean? You guys saw what, and I've been telling. I told people when that happened in Flint, Michigan. I was like, yo, do you really think Flint, Michigan is the only city that's having that problem? They tried to keep that shit under wraps for so long, and it eventually came out, and everybody's running, ducking their heads, trying to run for cover, so they don't have to take responsibility. I'm telling you, most of those pipes they use in those older cities were shitty pipes. A lot of these low test scores in schools, these kids having violence issues, anger issues, and stuff like that. Let alone just being poor and not having a lot of money and stuff like that, having to spend for a meal. But you add that to being poisoned, their water being poisoned, bro, that's a recipe for disaster. So that's a lot of these cities that have these high crime rates and the schools are failing and stuff like that. It's not just because of economics. A lot of that shit is poison, bro. Like if you go to any neighborhood that's really, like, I don't know where most of y'all live at, but I live in Baltimore, so it's off the chain here. You go to a gas station and you might see a dude. I remember one time I went to a gas station and it was this guy. He was stealing because I guess he didn't have money for food. So he was basically stealing the food. So he just had a whole bunch of shit in his jean pockets or his baggy sweatpants.
Yeah.
So me minding my damn business and not getting involved in somebody else's shit. I ain't say nothing. So the dude came up to the counter and the guy was like, are you gonna pay for all the stuff in your pocket? And the dude just went off. He was like, man, fuck you, fuck this, that. He just went off and he just started throwing shit all over the goddamn store and stuff like that. And I was just thinking in my head, like, yo, this dude, of course, dude probably didn't have money for food or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yo, the way this man came off, like, yo, it was something else going on. I was like, yo, it might be the lead, yo. Like, the lead was in the paint for a long time. A lot of with those lead bans and stuff like that from the government with it, those payments for lead contamination, they get 30 grand.
Yeah. A lot of those pipes, those old school pipes, have lead in them still. Now over the years, because of the trace elements of calcium and fluoride and whatever else that they put into the water supply, it does coat it, but sometimes those chunks of that will fall off.
Yep, they'll break
and
right
then
off.
then now your water, is back to being exposed to the lead in there. Now they've known about lead and also the amalgamated silver in your fillings for a long time. I mean, the Romans were the first ones to start really using lead pipes, and then when they started having their cities, all the people in there were going nuts and attacking each other and just always, very violent. They realized that something in that lead, in all their pipes ain't right.
Right.
So that's how they figured out that lead wasn't good. So a lot of these old school pipes underground, they're not technically compliant. They're not. The problem is that they don't have enough money to just rip them all up.
Nope,
and so as long as nobody complains and brings up the issue, they're just like,
no harm, out of sight, out of mind, rather. But
right,
you're absolutely right. To re-infrastructure a city, bro, they would literally have to destroy buildings and rip up ground in order to replace all of these pipes.
Yeah.
And there's no way possible they're gonna do that. They ain't doing that shit. They'll just
to,
wait.
to be to be compliant, as they have a water main break or whatever else, they will remove a section, and those
Right.
new ones are lined differently. So and they're not lead. There's no lead based in the new ones. So those are fine. But yeah, as far as the old ones in there, no, they don't have. Man, in some cities, they don't even know where all their pipes are.
Right.
A lot of them are underground through old buildings, got built over,
Yep.
and they don't know where all of them are.
Nope.
They don't have the plans for all of them, because in those days they didn't do a whole lot of who cared about where the pipes were, as long as we had, as long as you got water to your house. So
Right. Yeah, it's scary, man. You really start to think about that stuff, yo. Go out there and get yourself a water filter. Don't be out here in a situation where if you live in one of these inner cities and stuff, don't be drinking that shit. Don't even put that shit on your skin. Get yourself a filter for your shower head, and get
Yeah.
yourself a filter for your sink or whatever like that. And make sure you filter your water properly. Don't be drinking that crap. That stuff will also calcify the hell out of your pineal gland too.
Yeah. I just started getting on to I haven't gotten one yet, but the shower filter. A lot of people don't understand that. One, you're bathing your body in it, so you're saturating your skin
Biggest organ on the body.
with with all those chemicals and stuff. And people are like, oh, it's just a little fluoride. Yeah, but the problem is that a little bit of it is not bad, but over years of exposure and drinking it is what gets to you.
Yep.
And don't forget that Mr. Swastika over in Germany was feeding the Jews that stuff to keep them weak and docile. So those pictures of them all looking decrepit and whatever else was from lack of nutrition and what they were putting into the water, which is the fluoride.
Yep.
So, but yeah, also when you're taking a shower, especially if it's a hot shower, it's now it's in the steam. Okay. So you want to make sure that you get you a filter for your shower.
Absolutely. So this is the one I actually got. You can get this right off Amazon. This has 15 stages. This is an Aqua Earth.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually got this. Go ahead and grab yourself that Wolf, or if you find a better one. But yeah, this one has 15 stages. And it has stage 1 ultra fine steel mesh. I also got an extra filter, so I can replace it. So stage 1 is ultra fine mesh. Stage 2 is PP cotton. Stage 3, high density stainless steel mesh. And stage 4 is alkaline ceramic balls.
Yep.
Stage 5 is Myfon stone. Stage 6 is KDF 55. Stage 7, microporous ceramic balls.
Okay.
Stage 8 is vitamin C, so you get that extra vitamin C in your water on your skin. Stage 9, coconut activated.
Yeah.
Stage 10, germanium balls. Stage 11, dechlorination ball, calcium sulfite. Stage 12, magnetic energy ceramic balls. Then stage 13, ultrafine stainless steel mesh again. Stage 14, more PP cotton. And then stage 15, high density stainless steel mesh. Yeah, so you got like a sandwich of different stages that it goes through. And when you use this, man, it's the water. I have noticed though it dries my skin out a little more than the other one does. The regular tap water does. I gotta put oil on my skin afterwards.
Okay.
But the water, it's pretty good because it gives you vitamin C and all that. So yeah, it's awesome, man. I love it. Jimmy says no to that Kagan. It's not done naturally as it is raising the pH. So he don't like the Kagan, but he has a $2,500 one though. He got big money. Yeah, reverse osmosis strips everything, but I got one. A charcoal filter stack works. Yeah, I've actually saw online how to do. If you have like a water bottle, you can create like a 5-stage filter for water. If you ever get in a situation where it's a survival, you can actually filter your water with just a water bottle, some sand, some rocks, some charcoal, and dirt.
Yeah, you can do a natural land filter too, because that's what rivers do. Is they take your ocean waters or your runoff water, and as you run it over through mud and dirt, it will filter it. That's how the earth naturally filters it. So
Absolutely. She says, I use a water filter pitcher and add the minerals in with a drop of supplements. Nice. Okay. Jimmy says, you want some good glacier water? Icelandic. Expensive, but it's real. Icelandic. I'm going to look into these brands. I'm going to look into these brands and see what they're talking about.
So peep game, right? This is something most people never even thought about. So I'm over in the Midwest here on the Great Lakes, where we've got the largest natural supply of some of the best water in the entire world. Okay. They actually looked at our area, and the military was basically like, well, if the world goes to shit, we want something over in that area because water is gold, you know? So peep game. So this is what some of these companies out here are doing. Like Nestle, I don't know if you know what they're doing over there in California. They're robbing people by taking the water. See, what they do is they will find a river, okay, like a clean, decent river, right? They'll buy the land on it. Now you have access to the water, right? But this is a corporation. So what they'll do is they'll put a pump on it that takes the water out of the river and right into they'll pump it into their tank, into their tanker trucks. Now they ain't paying for the water because it's not coming through a municipal water supply. So they're using millions of gallons of water that is provided by Earth, nature, and they don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So peep game. So this is what the other companies around the world are doing right now, and it's hard to find, it's hard to prosecute, and hard to prove. So they're over here on our Great Lakes, all right? So Lake Michigan, Ontario, Superior, those are all right here in my backyard. These cats, like from Russia and China and whatever else, are coming here through the waterway anyway to get to our lakes from the ocean, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have tankers, oil tankers, with a siphon on the bottom of their ships into the water itself, and they're sucking water out of our Great Lakes into the tankers, these oil tankers, and filling themselves up with our lake water because it's just about that pure. Wow. Right? So now they're robbing our resources, and they don't have it doesn't take much effort to filter that. You try to filter out ocean water, it's a whole lot worse. It's a whole lot more expensive. Ours, especially if you get used to drinking it, it's good to go almost right out of the lake.
Dang.
So what they're doing is they're taking that and filtering it through a basic filter, and then they're selling it to these some of them are taking the water home. They're just jacking it.
Yeah. Dang.
So millions upon millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars is being stolen, right? Just like that. And the other ones are selling it to bottling companies because they don't have to filter it. They're like, hey, if it say if it's an effort of a 100 filter out ocean water, you get ours. It's an effort level of 10. So you're saving 90% on your ability to filter this water and make a profit. So then you sell it to them. They put it in bottles, and it's on your shelves at the grocery store.
That's insane. It's a dirty hustle, bro. The time's up, man. I'm telling you, bro. You can't do that shit forever and get away with it, yo.
But see, it's hard to prove because what are you going to say? They just say, "Oh, we're here on business. Anybody can have a ship on the lakes. It's public." And how are you going to prove that they're siphoning water from underneath? Unless you're underneath their ship and you see it happening, and they can say, "Oh, well, that's our what they call a bilge pump. We're taking in water, so we're just pumping it out." Because a pump works two ways. They can pump it in, they can pump it out.
That's crazy. A man says there's some $5,000 to $6,000 king. Sheesh.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like that 1,500 is about average, but yeah, they get expensive.
I didn't know they was that expensive. That's crazy. Dang.
Yeah, like I said, I was looking at being a distributor for them. That's why I know about those cats.
We got a natural water well near here. Luckily, yeah, that's dope. You talking about TDS tester total dissolved solids tester.
Yeah.
The stick you put in the water.
Yep.
Radiant Life 14 stage biocompatible water purification system is what you want, unless you get their whole house version. Have zero water filter system. I have the zero water filter system when it comes with a tester. Okay. That comes with a tester. I heard you also use shungite to purify water, but I haven't been able to verify with tools to test water quality. That's right. That's a crystal, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I need to look in my book and see what can be used for water purification. Don't put moldavite in it though. You don't want to drink moldavite water.
Yeah, I heard that. I haven't seen any proof, but I also haven't like delved into it deeper. But I do know that putting crystals in your water will energize and harmonize your water, and then obviously when you drink it, because we are a water-based being, that that will change your something like the cellular structure, in within you, because each cell has water, and then basically each cell in your body is a manufacturing plant with machines, living bio-based machines inside of each cell. So literally each cell is a factory inside of you. And so by giving it the right nutrients and supplements, it can do its job better by providing crystallized water. Supposed to also help your energy levels and help them basically do their job better with having better materials in it. Because remember, that water that flows in the ground is picking up, like, let's say if it flows through a vein of crystals, all right? So it's going to energize that water because, energy, crystals manipulate energy, and they're natural. So they basically give off a field of energy. That's why a lot of people, I haven't done it in years, but I used to have a necklace that I would always wear because that crystal would harmonize my energy. Basically takes it, amplifies it, and then it tunes it. It's like two magnets being near each other, and one is stronger.
Right.
So you put a crystal around you, now it's going to manipulate your energy field. So you'll find yourself, in better energy states, better mind states. So I usually take my crystal and I just put it in the water basin that I drink from, just let it do its thing. And then every so often I'll take it out, put it in the sun to let it recharge, and then I'll drop it back in the water.
Yeah, dope. That's dope. You got a system to use with the crystals, huh?
Yeah, I've been into those for years.
Gary De Silva says that's what Poland Springs is doing here in New Hampshire. They're buying up the land and taking our best water.
See, I told you,
They
man.
did it with the hot springs, bro. They already did it with the hot springs. Crazy.
They are playing Monopoly with the world, and
That's
they're
absurd,
getting away
bro.
from not paying taxes. None of it's going back to the people, and they're selling it to you. They're selling you your own stuff.
That's absurd. If you want to know where the real water is in relation to all the political lie, there's no fresh water. Oh, hold on. There we go. No fresh water, or it's running BS. Look up the primary water. There's plenty of fresh water on Earth. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, they control the masses by fear tactics and misinformation. Okay, and by confusing them, kind of like the Tower of Babel. Let us go down there and confuse their languages. All right. So they have us fighting against each other on misinformation, whatever else, while they're sitting back there getting the pure water. There's enough water on this planet that through the course of human events, we will never need water.
Sure.
However, they are contaminating it with their BS. Other companies are out there dropping their toxic waste barrels and fluoride barrels and whatever else into the ocean so that they don't have to pay to have them broken down, because it's expensive breaking down nuclear waste and toxic runoff. That's why they're using fluoride. They're taking fluoride, which is a factory toxic byproduct, and they're selling it to these water companies under the claim that the fluoride goes into your bones and strengthens it. Well, it does, but it also makes it brittle. Okay. And then it's also a poison to your system as well. But in small doses, they get away with it, just like the words sucralose and sucrose. Sucrose is real sugar. Sucralose is a changed word. It's a modified word by the word A in there. That A in there is kind of like the United States and the United States of America. Okay, just that one little thing makes it a completely different thing, makes it a patentable thing. And so they patented the word sucralose. So if you look at most of your juices on the store shelves and they say no sugar added, or low this, or diet whatever, it's because it's got sucralose in there. And when you look up the history of sucralose, it was discovered by a chemical lab that was making poisons for farm fields to keep the bugs and insects off of it. Okay, so they made a 15 chemical compound, and they were fighting insects with it. And of course, that goes into the dirt, and then the plant absorbs it. So we're eating 15 different poisons. But before that even happened, the one test guy, you can look this all up, said that he told the other guy to test this later. Well, the guy thought he said taste it, and found out that it was 900 times more sweet than sugar.
Right.
So in small quantities, these 15 different poisons are considered by the FDA to be safe in small doses, but they don't know what those doses of that or fluoride do to you. Well, we know what they do. Officially, though, they're saying we don't know what that'll do to you, so it's safe in small quantities. And so they started putting that into your juices and whatever else. And people wonder why they've got headaches and they've got kidney disease and whatever else, because you're literally intaking educational information purpose only, all these different chemicals. So between that and the aluminum in your underarm deodorant, the fact that they own the word fragrance, and there's over 27 different poisonous chemicals in your bottle. Now think about this. They can put all of those different chemicals underneath one word called fragrance, and they don't have to tell you what's in there. You have on your own have to look up what their chemical compounds are in the word fragrance. That's how sneaky. That's how the game is played.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never even knew that.
Yeah, same thing with the word sucralose. There's 15 different chemicals in there. You can look up sucralose and type up the history of it. I found it because I was drinking energy drinks, and I got a case of them free from somebody, and I was like, I was always the kind of guy like I ain't letting it go to waste. I'm gonna drink it, so I drank it. And I was sweating and I was hot, and because my body's real sensitive to all that kind of stuff, like even my laundry soap is all natural because they put poisons and stuff in there. And that's where you get a lot of chemicals in cancers, because they're in your material, they're in the soaps, and then you're washing them in there, but the machine doesn't get all the soaps and stuff out of your clothes. So now you're bathing yourself every day with cancerous materials from your laundry soap. And then your dryer sheets, same thing. So I don't use dryer sheets. I don't use none of them. I don't need my clothes to smell like whatever else. That's extra money, and it's add more toxins to my body, and I ain't doing it. So I use the what is it? The 9. They're a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it. Once again, how much is your health worth?
Yeah.
And it's like, I think it's called like 9-in-1. It's literally like vinegar, lemon juice, and like natural plants soaps or something like that.
Nice.
But yeah, that's wild that they can get away with that, right?
How about it, man? It's a whole system they got, and they know just enough to what they can get away with. Like, we can put this much in it, as long as it isn't an instant reaction as soon as they eat, drink, or apply it to their skin, we can get away with it. Over the time, it might kill their asses, but by then they're long gone.
And see, that's the thing. I'm okay with the FDA saying that this in small doses is okay, and we don't see any problems with it. But here's the thing: if you take any one of those individual chemicals that they talk about, and then you go to the what is the name of that company? I can't think of it. They're like the what's it? The poison.
Yeah, you talking about Mr. Yuck?
Yeah, Mr. Yuck.
Disease control, right? CDC.
Yeah, something like If you go on there, or if you just Google like say aluminum toxicity, they'll tell you aluminum is a toxin.
Yeah,
it is a toxin to your body. So you're like, okay, but they said the amounts in my underarm deodorant are safe levels. Okay. Right. But then you go and look at your deodorant and see what percentage it is, and it'll say like 15%, 17%.
Right.
But now you got to compare that to what the CDC says, or Mr. Yuck or whatever, on what's a safe amount that you can have.
Right.
Then you have to look at what, over the course of your entire life, how much aluminum and all the rest of these chemicals you are ingesting in your body. So then you have to look at what is the mixture going to do of all of these chemicals
Right. That's the key right there.
to you over your lifetime? That's how they kill you. That's how they get you.
The
Or that's how it
compounding
can.
of different things. Then, not to mention the crap you're breathing in and all that stuff. Yeah, it's a game.
Yeah,
How do
there.
you feel
Yeah,
about
there's.
how do you feel about canned goods?
I have some for emergency purposes, and I'll be honest with you. A lot of time they just expire because I don't mess with them because of the metal, and then the preservatives that they put in there to keep them fresh in that can. So I don't usually mess with them. It's very rare that I'll crack open the can. Like if I'm making something and I just don't have any fresh vegetables or whatever, then yeah, I'll crack one open, drain the juice, wash it off, and use it. But once again, I try to stay away from that.
Yeah, that aluminum. They say aluminum causes Alzheimer's.
Yeah, aluminum will cause Alzheimer's, and mess up your nervous system. You'll be jittery, foggy brain, lack of ability to concentrate. And a lot of people think, oh, it's just me. That's just me. I'm just how I am. No, it's you because of what you're allowing your body to ingest.
Yep.
So you're getting it through your canned goods, and that also can affect your. What was it? They said something like in men it affects it throws off their testosterone.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah, so just got to be. Here's my thing. People have always tried to argue with me on a lot of this stuff, and I tell them just go look up what the toxicity of these particular minerals, metals, and elements that they're exposing you to.
Right.
In small amounts, they might say, yeah, they're fine, but it's not about the right now. It's about the endurance of you utilizing it over the course of your entire existence.
Yep.
And and how much. And then each person's individual body is different.
100%.
So what your body can handle, mine might not be able to.
Yeah. That's true too, man. Yeah, but it all comes down to diet, and it comes down to all that stuff: size, how often you work out, how much you drink, all that stuff, man. It's all factors. 100%. All right, take a few more comments. I'm gonna get out of and get something to eat. I'm hungry. Let me see. We are so behind in comments. I'm not even gonna try to catch up. Sheesh.
Yeah, I didn't see any popping up. I was like, oh man, we're probably.
Truth Seeker says I also started getting into food grade diatomaceous earth. Mix a teaspoon in water a day, Epsom salt, and Dead Sea salt baths. Okay. You know what I always wanted to do? I always wanted to go and sit, like literally submerge my body up to the neck in like the what is it though? Is it the Black Sea or is it the Dead? What is the most saltiest?
The Dead Sea.
The Dead Sea.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard Manny Pacquiao, when he tore a rotator cuff, when he before he fought Floyd Mayweather, he actually said that his rotator cuff was messed up, but he didn't want to cancel the fight. So this dude went to the Dead Sea, and he actually submerged his body in the Dead Sea, and he said it fixed his rotator cuff. People thought he was crazy. They was like, hey, you ain't gonna get your body in no seawater. But lo and behold, bro, like whenever I have minor cuts and stuff like that or scrapes that have been there for a while, like let's say I had a cut on my arm and it's been there for like weeks or something like that, or it's just taking a while to heal. If I get like one time I went to Miami and I was just in the ocean, playing some ball, whatever, with a bunch of women. So I'm down there chilling and I'm in the water. And when I looked at my arm, when I got out, my arm was healed. And I was like, yo, that sea salt, those natural microbes and all that stuff that's in that water, it actually can heal your body. And these are natural remedies. So I always wanted to actually go to like somewhere like the Dead Sea Beach or whatever like that, go there, just, submerge my body and just relax and, let the interior of the body be healed as well as the exterior. Because I truly believe there's some hidden stuff there that they're not telling us about.
Oh, there's lots. They've got so much stuff that is hidden that it's unfathomable the sheer amounts of what they got. Like I said, I'm a knowledge seeker, truth seeker, so I love all this stuff. Like in a pinch, what I'll do is run a hot bath, and then I will put Epsom salt and baking soda in it, and pink Himalayan salt, and just lay in that for an hour or two, and your body feels all kind of right.
It does.
Like Man, let me tell you, because it draws out the toxins. It, it helps cleanse your. I mean, like you said, your skin is the biggest organ in your body.
Mm-hmm.
So if your skin ain't right, you ain't gonna be right. And by the time you see the negative effects of your eating and your health and exposure to all these different things, that means that your body will absorb as much of it as it can and try to keep you from seeing the damage that you're doing to it. But when it starts to show it, it's hurting.
Right.
And another thing too is if you ever have a cut or a bruise or whatever else, if you take some Vaseline and put it on it, it'll heal your body quicker. It'll heal that spot. Vaseline over bruises, cuts, anything, any of that kind of stuff on your skin. It'll heal it quicker, like at least 80% quicker.
Interesting. 80%. I'm gonna try that next time.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
That's what I do for boxers. When a boxer gets a cut over their eye or something, they put the Vaseline right over top of the wound. All right, take a couple more here. I'm not sure what my man Mike Kidzer is talking about here. I'm gonna try to stay on topic though. I also started getting into food. Oh, we already read that one. Hold on.
Yeah.
Borax is a gem too.
Yep. That's good for washing. There's lots of uses. If you just look up uses for 9 elements. My bad. Yeah, 9 elements laundry
9
soap.
elements. Okay.
Yeah, that stuff is fire right there, man. I just picked some up from Amazon. I junked all the other stuff I had, man. That stuff is real pure. It's simple. It literally, like the name, 9 elements. That is it. Okay. And they're all natural.
I'm about to get on that too. Definitely. Another cheap one in the Berkeley filter, about $2,000 to $3,000. Yeah, they big money from what I see here.
Yeah, the Berkeys. Yeah.
He's talking about court cases.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not talking about court cases, not today at least. But yeah, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I'm hungry. I need to get something to eat. I need to get some more water. I need to get to bed so I can give my body a chance to finish getting rid of this mucus. And that's gonna be pretty much the gist of it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Bad Wolf, it's always been a pleasure, man. You always got the bars. You always got the knowledge, man. All that good stuff. Greatly appreciated. It is A6, and I am the foreign national born natural. We will be in, God willing, next Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, I wasn't here last week because of illness, but we should be back on track. I might even drop a video during the week too if something else intriguing happens, or if I need to touch bases with you guys. You know what I mean? And Bad Wolf, if you do decide to go live, let me know when you will be going live, and we'll try to make it happen.
All right, for sure. Thanks for having me on. As always, Six, I appreciate you. Everybody, make sure you guys cash out my man a couple of dollars. And don't forget to hit that bell, like, subscribe. I mean, I think we had at least 20 or 30 some people in here at one concurrent time. So there should be at least that many likes. Support your man. Tell your friends and family about him. And tell your friends and family also about this information, because this will be a life changer for them. All right. So as always, it's educational, informational purposes only. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves and keep seeking this truth, this knowledge. Spread it, enjoy it, make it yours. On that being said, Bad Wolf is over and out. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Have a nice one. Good night, everybody.